This episode is sponsored by CJ Wassell Roofing and Building Solutions. For all your roofing, building and landscaping needs, call CJ Wassell in Leeds, Pontefract, Barnsley, Doncaster and surrounding areas. Contact details in description below. You can also find them on Facebook.
Welcome to No Bones Fight Talk. Today we are joined by one of the very toughest men, both inside and outside of the ring, Mr. Danny Christie. Welcome to the show, mate.
Nice one, boys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining
Absolutely.
us. I think we're better off starting with last weekend if we can. You and George Thorpe had a bit of a back and forth, didn't you?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I do like George Thorpe, you know.
Yeah.
I had a real good time down there in Birmingham. Got a warm reception off there. The good people of Birmingham. We had a good 5 rounds, you know, and we got paid and we got a bonus.
No,
so.
yeah, you got bonus, yeah.
Yeah, it was a cracking night.
Yeah, he put one hell of a performance in, to be fair, didn't he?
Yeah, he did for sure. I still had a stiff neck until a couple of days ago, you know.
Oh,
so
did you?
Yeah, he whacked me pretty hard once or twice, and yeah, I'm glad we could put that sort of fight on, you know. And in my head, I thought I was going to chin him after a couple of rounds. Fair play to him, you know.
Well, I watched your video on the way back home.
Yeah.
I think it was like a Monday or Tuesday, I think, because
That's
you stayed
right.
there all weekend,
The
didn't you?
Tuesday it was, I think.
Tuesday,
yeah. Yeah.
And you said you weren't actually that much prepared, weren't you? You didn't think he's going to put it on you that much.
No, there was a mixture of that, you know. It was, a mixture of that. I definitely underestimated him, but moreover, I struggle to get myself motivated for them gloved fights.
Yeah.
I can't get out of bed in the morning and do the necessary road work, you know, my diet's all
The
over
routine,
the
the
place.
daily graft, yeah.
I just can't apply the discipline in them gloved fights, you know, for whatever reason. I think it's, you know, from where I've come from, you know, it's just very much feels like a spar, a bit of a game, if you like.
Was it hard to get up for it, seeing as though you actually got on pretty well with George? You said previously you got on really well, you boys.
It was difficult to motivate myself, you know, in the gym and that. Obviously, I was training, you know, but I was about, you know, 50-60% of the shape I would normally turn up in for a BKFC fight.
Yeah.
But I had a real good time, you know.
No,
I had
good.
fun, and that's what counts, innit?
Can you see yourself fighting again on Guerrilla Promotions moving forward?
Perhaps, yeah. I've had that Lee Chadwick piping up, saying this, that and the other. I don't actually mind the lad. It's all just a bit of jest, innit? You know, it's a bit of business. He's made a few comments. You know, I might turn up and slap him silly. You know, I might not. We'll wait and see how it feels. Like I say, I'm just concentrating on my return to the BKFC at the moment.
Yeah.
No.
What do you think of them Guerrilla Promotions? Because we had few people on who had few things to do with them, and they said
Yeah, it's a good show. Great, looks a great show,
enjoy
doesn't
it, don't
They were really, really good people to deal with. Very, very, everything went smooth, you know, and I think probably what's worth mentioning is, like, I've never signed a contract or a fight agreement, or I wasn't contractually obliged to do anything. Neither were they. You know, it was all done on verbal agreement, and they were good. They were true
they?
to
Like
the word.
gentleman's agreement,
They
basically.
were true to the word. They come
Yeah.
through on everything that they said they were gonna. They paid me what they said they were gonna pay me. And I think with Darren Till behind it, you know, I think that promotion's got a real good shout of elevating even further, because, you know, it's like that level of boxing, that unlicensed boxing, you got some real good kids on the unlicensed circuit, and that's given them like a bit of a platform now, innit? And
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a load of good kids on there over the next couple of shows.
Yeah.
Fair play to them, they're doing good things.
Yeah, I think the next one's going to be... Is it in Bolton, is it? No,
I heard Manchester.
Is it Manchester?
Is it
Yeah.
Manchester?
I did hear Manchester,
Yeah.
you know, time will tell.
No, you've got likes of Johnny Nelson turn up as well, haven't you? Johnny Nelson, Gareth A. Davis,
That's
he's
it.
involved with it. Some big names.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Gareth A.
yeah.
Davis commentating on my
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
That was a first. I was pleased.
Well,
He's a bit of a legend himself, isn't he?
Yeah, I like
Josh,
him.
Yeah.
we had him on podcast. Josh, isn't he? He's supposed to
Oh,
fight.
Josh Courtney.
Yeah, but he wants to fight in Leeds because he lives in Liverpool, but he lives now Leeds and Liverpool, but
Okay.
he wants to fight in Leeds, as in, you know, home ground and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to fight on that guy, didn't he? And
Yeah. He actually quoted you. We had him in a few weeks ago. He says, "You know what Danny Christie said? He's bang on. There's
What's
there's
that,
men
what
who
it-
fight and there's fighting men." And I thought, you know
Yeah.
what, that fucking...
Yeah, it's right, innit? You know,
he's
it's
just
one
a
of
lad who scraps
Yeah.
now and then.
He
and
says,
that's
"I'm not.
it,
I'm
really.
not." He says, "I'll just do it for
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's not, like I say, I had the conversation 2 days ago. You know, it's not a remotely trying to disrespect these lads who, you know.
make a few quid doing it. And
Yeah, but there's just, you know, some lads are just like that, you know.
What did you think about that show, Danny?
Italy, I thought it was a corker, mate.
Yeah,
A
great
corker.
show.
I was, from what I can remember, I was on a 2-day bender, you know, with Kieran that when we got there. From what I can remember, I think we started drinking in the airport on the way there, and probably had his last drink in the airport on the way back. So, yeah, from what I can remember, it was a really good weekend.
So did you manage to speak to Gabriel while you were out there, or
I
has he
never
been in touch
actually.
since?
I seen him briefly, but yeah, he just messaged me at random. You know, do you want to fight in Italy? I'd sort of mentioned it to him in messages about 6 months before. And he said, "Do you want to fight in Italy?" I said, "Yeah." You know, I didn't ask who. I still don't know who, so I ain't much bothered.
But you'll turn up.
Yeah, a 79 kilo Italian. I think I'll chin them all anyway. So we'll see.
Do you know for you the best weight? What do you say is the best weight for you to fight?
I quite like middleweight. I think middleweight's my best, doing a 10 pound, 12 pound cut or whatever. And
yeah, it's not too bad for you.
I feel strong down there.
Yeah.
When I was fighting at light heavyweight, I never done a cut at all. And obviously, when I kind of killed myself to get to welterweight, you know, to fight Conor. So
yeah,
listen, if I'd go anywhere, if the money and the opponent was right, just kind of suits me. I feel like I can whack quite hard at middleweight, you know.
Yeah. So at light heavyweight you would say that's your walking weight, isn't it then?
Yeah, it's like my walk around weight. Yeah.
That can get a bit dangerous because most of them they cut shitloads of weight, don't they?
They do. It's, you know, cutting weight's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. You know, you can get it wrong and you can't have any punch resistance at all on the night. It doesn't matter how much weight you put back on. You can get it right. You can get it right. You can get it wrong. It takes practice, you know. The best example I heard was if you put an egg in a jar of water, fill that jar up to the top.
Right.
No matter how hard you shake that glass, you'll never break the egg. But if you take that much water out the jar, shake it, then you'll break the egg.
Is it?
You know, so that's like a bit of a reference to
analogy,
the fluid on your brain.
Yeah.
You know, once you've took fluid off your brain like that, doesn't just go back on overnight. Your punch resistance is way down.
Yeah, very dangerous.
So the people who drop 20, 30 pounds,
I mean, it's, like I say, it's a double-edged sword. You know, if a lot of these Yanks and that do it right, and they come in absolutely enormous on fight night. But it's one of them. I would say a smaller cut is better for your energy. Yeah. Personally, you know, it's one of them. It's like
you feel more alive and agile and stuff like that. But
I've done a weight cut. Got it wrong once for the Jimmy Miller fight in Newcastle, and I felt huge. You know, I felt bigger than I did. You know, 2 weeks before the fight. I don't know what happened. I was holding that much fluid after the fight. I felt enormous after the weigh-in. Sorry, and I turned up on the night and I felt shit. You know, my energy
flat.
I was just dead after a minute. I had no gas at all. And I think felt like it was just a weight cut, you know, the work I'd put in for the gym for that fight, and got there on the night and couldn't fucking perform.
That's what happened with Hodgson Matt Hodgson when he fought Cook. It was same. He had really bad weight cut, and he said that he walked into the ring, his hands were like wooden, legs like concrete. He just could not move.
Yeah,
it was just horrible. He said the worst place he's ever been in because he's like you're just on defense all the time, aren't you? Then. Yeah.
You're in a bad spot though as well, aren't you? If you're in the middle of a bare knuckle fight and you've got no energy.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not a nice place to be, mate. You know, that even that fight I had last week, I was absolutely blown out my arse. You know, it's not a nice place to be. You know, when
were you a couple of rounds down early on?
Yeah, I give him the first 2 rounds. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I give him the first 2. Yeah.
Didn't the judges give you the second one?
I think one of them did. 1 out of the 3, but I think it went to George. But and rightly so. I give him the first 2 rounds hands down. To be fair, when I watched it back. Yeah.
So what's next for you then, Danny, now? You're focusing on BKFC, hopefully in Italy.
I'm just going to concentrate on my return to the BKFC. I had a couple of glove fights booked in. I've cracked my finger. My index finger's cracked. I can't like fully make a fist with it yet. I've done it once or twice on there, but I had to pull out a couple of glove fights, and I'll just concentrate on my return to the BKFC. I want to do it right again. You know, I want to do it right. I want to do it right.
You haven't got that much more to achieve though in game, have you?
Mate, it's one of them, you know.
Two-weight champion. You fought biggest of shows.
Mate, it's more, it's more for me. This isn't for like, look
you
what
need that, don't you?
This is for me, mate. I'm just a better person when I'm in a camp, and that spills out in that, spills out into all my relationships with my kids and everyone and everything. My whole life, I'm just a better person, mate, when I'm applying that discipline. Yeah. And I'm living that life. It spills out into all avenues of my life.
The other day on socials you were saying that, isn't it? You said it's too quiet, nobody's making any noise, you just want a bit of bother.
Yeah, that's it. That's it sometimes, yeah. Just a bit of chew.
It just makes you happier.
Yeah, we were trying for a bit yesterday with that Big Stacks, whatever his name is.
Keep it going. Yeah, I seen Big Stacks down. That's the first time I've met him. And you know something, I must admit, I like the lad.
Nice kid.
Yeah. I thought, what a nice lad. Yeah. The first time I'd ever had a conversation with him. He's just someone out there trying to spin a few quid, mate. Fair play to him. you know, because for a little while he was rubbing me up the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then even more so, I thought, fuck him, he's just some weirdo or whatever. And then I met him and I thought, fuck me, he's actually
nice kid.
The lad's
he's
bang
all right,
on.
yeah.
You know, he's taking the piss, he's winding people up, he's not bothered, he's trying to make a few quid, fair play to him.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because him and Paul were going back and forth as well.
That's right, yeah, I've seen a bit of that. Listen, it's one of them, innit? You know, everyone's after the click, mate. Everyone wants the views, and especially now we're all getting paid.
Yeah.
You know, people want the click, mate, and some people will go a little further than others to get it, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
Don't push the boundaries when they
of
shouldn't
course.
really, yeah.
That's it, you know.
But thing is, when somebody pushes that far, you kind of, you don't know if it's real or not. You start questioning sometimes and you think, is that guy just...
Yeah, I think that's part of the intrigue these days.
Yeah.
You think so?
Of course it is. You know,
it changed. Before it was all about authenticity. Now
that's it. Now you got these fake beefs and that. You know, people like this Big Stack's a good example.
Yeah,
you know, he looks a big lad. He can probably do it.
Yeah,
he can probably whack a bit, but you know, he knows himself. He's probably not even the hardest man in his own house. You know, never mind fucking. You know what I mean? No, it's just one of them. You know, and that's how it is, mate. People just making some noise.
Yeah.
No, there's a place for all of it, though, isn't there?
Of course
There's serious men, and there's men who do it for a bit of few quid. And
100% it's just a laugh, innit? You know, don't take life too seriously, man. It's what it is.
You made me laugh the other week when you were singing in car. I thought, fucking go on, lad. You know, sitting down, I thought, you cheered me up.
Yeah, it's a bit of a moment. Yeah, I'm. You know, spontaneity is just something that runs right through us, mate.
Yeah, you're enjoying them videos in cars. You're enjoying walks. You know what we do as well, actually.
Yeah.
I like watching you when you're on your walks. You get like right philosophical, don't you?
Yeah, I had a really good walk up Skiddaw the other day. I felt it coming on. It was after that weekend in Birmingham. I thought I need a reset. You know, I'll probably have one again on Monday when I go back.
But, I did have a laugh when I saw you. When I saw, you know, somebody took a picture of you, and when I saw you were wearing shorts, weren't you? I thought, what
that's
the
right.
fuck?
It's a bit fucking cold up here, boy.
Yeah, I had some pants in my bag. I'm not that hard. You know what I mean? But yeah, good stuff, man. I've just booked. I'm going to. I can't even remember the name of it. Snowdonia.
Oh yeah,
I'm going there 2 week on Monday.
That's the one. I've never done it. I wanted to do it.
Oh, I've done it. I did 3 peaks last year. It was fucking really nicest one, I feel. Snowdonia.
Right.
Really nice.
I can't remember the name of it. It's like a ridge that you walk down forever in a day. Forgive me.
Is it like 5 different climbs? Not done or something.
It's 2 or 3 main ones.
Is it 2 or 3? Yeah. But you know what's good in there as well? That's what I've done, because I went like with cars on a trip to Snowdonia, stayed overnight, and zip lines. I don't know if you heard. There is a zip lines there.
Right.
Over the old mine. I can't remember what mine of what. But it's just an old mine basically. Yeah. And the first zip line is not that high. I think it's only so many tens of meters, whatever. But the second one, they take you all the way up in like a unimog for about 15 minutes.
Drop down.
And then they drop you there from there. I'm sure that's like 700 meters up in it's really high up.
Right.
And when you descend, so you're strapped up on your back. That's all basically. You just have to be all like, you know, straight. And you're just fucking going over that mine, and at about an hour.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a feeling that.
I've got to look at that.
If you go there, you should do that. That's good.
Yeah, I've got to look
I
at that.
enjoy doing that.
Well,
is there a weight limit on it? So I'll be full.
I don't think so, to be honest. You know, the wires and everything. You know? Yeah, but if you go there, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I'll have a little look at that, mate.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to fighting then, yeah?
Yeah, might as well, yeah. We've just been...
So, Danny, can we take you back to last June, wasn't it? We're at BKFC 81 in Birmingham with Conor Tierney.
Yeah.
I was stood there and I watched your walkout, and I thought, you know what?
Yeah.
You look like you really enjoyed it. And I saw a little interview you did after, and you went, you know what? I'm always too rather hyped up, or like not trying to get in right mindset. I never enjoy walkout. And you seem to take your time, and there were like 2 or 3 different tracks come on.
That's right. Well, I remember it was me and you had a bit of a chat down at the presser in Birmingham. You know, we had a bit of a chat, me and you, about my ring walk.
Yeah.
And I remember mentioning it to you. You know, because obviously, I don't know what it is. It's just, you're kind of in fight mode, aren't you? You know, I think it's probably an age thing. I just thought, you know, I want to enjoy this. And like the same last weekend, I really, really enjoyed my last couple of fights. You know, and I think the fight in Birmingham with Conor was probably my most enjoyable fight. You know, even though I got smashed to pieces.
He actually looked like that.
Night.
He really surprised me, Conor. I thought if it was that type of fight, I thought he'd have too much for him.
I thought
he really surprised me.
I was so confident I was going to knock him out. But yeah, fair play to him. Really enjoyed that fight.
To be honest,
Were you injured? Were you injured going into that? I heard a rumor that you were it a rib?
Yeah.
And I heard that I thought, first of all, it caught fire, didn't it? Fight.
Yeah.
And Conor came across and he kind of standing in his pocket, and I thought, I never expected that ever.
Yeah.
And you were going to the body a lot, and I heard somebody have to say that they heard a rumor that you were slightly injured.
I was injured. I picked up a bad injury. I've never much spoke about this publicly. I got my rib cracked in a spa 2 weeks before, and I couldn't walk.
Yeah,
It was that
rib is the
bad.
most horrible
Couldn't
thing,
walk.
honestly.
And I never done anything really 2 weeks. Not using it as an excuse at all, but it was a lot better on fight night than what it was. But it still wasn't right.
Yeah.
He just had to touch it, and I would whimper, I would whimper like a dog. And he just grabbed on me by the back of the neck and went straight for the rib. And there was one or two people sort of back and forward in camps. I'm not really bothered. People talk. The people talk, mate. It's one of them. I don't doubt it probably got back to him.
Somehow it leaked out.
Yeah, this is the game.
That's just part of the fight game.
Yeah, if somebody told me I had a broken rib, I'd be fucking going for that.
No, of course, yeah.
This is the game, mate.
Yeah.
Well, now when you say that, it all makes sense because was it 4th round? When you cracked him really well, and he went down.
No, I don't think I put him down.
No, you didn't put him down, but you went back. Didn't he step back?
Yeah, I caught him with one or two good connections.
Yeah.
Like the first and the third mainly. I think I mainly hit him. I don't think I'd done a lot in the 4th.
Was it? Was it 4th? It was a while.
I can't remember.
It might be 3rd. But when you cracked him really well, anyway, and then when you stepped back, and the referee was in between two of you, and then you kneeled like a gangster, and I thought,
Yeah, that was in the 4th. That was right.
yeah, it was 4th. Yeah, I thought that does not look right at all.
No, I
I
was
thought,
fucking goose, mate. Absolutely fucked. And my senses had just took such a battering in that fight. My eyes, my ear was split that open. You know what I mean? As soon as he punched it, it started ringing, and it rang for 2 weeks. It just never like a really high pitched screech.
Yeah.
So I had that going on, and I had both eyes had been punched inside out, and I can't even remember that fight stopping. I remember watching it back and remember questioning myself, like, what are you doing on your knee over there?
Yeah,
I wish
I
I'd
was
just been
very
catching me
surprised.
wings. I was fucked.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't stay on my feet. And when the referee eventually waved it off, while watching it back, I didn't object at all. I don't even think I was fucking there. When I looked in my eyes, I think I was on another planet.
Yeah.
to be honest, that 4th round, I thought you were spinning it around. I really did. I thought, hold on, I said, he can still do this. I said to you, didn't I? Because you were spinning it around, and then suddenly you kneeled, and I thought,
Yeah, once the damage started accumulating, sort of the back end of the third, when I sat down at the end of the 3rd round, I must admit, I was slightly starting to feel demoralised. I was starting to feel like this is just a hill I couldn't climb. Because I always thought in the game plan, I thought I was going to chin him in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah.
I thought when I catch up to him, but we knew, if once Conor started finding his rhythm, the night was only going to get harder.
Yeah.
Once he started, and he did, he started piecing me up, and I give him all the credit in the world. But I thought if I didn't get him out there in a couple of rounds, and the 3rd was like my last big push. And I did connect in the 3rd a couple of times, and I went back. I just thought, these fucking little bastards. He's still going to be here, isn't he?
yeah.
Fair play to him.
He didn't guess out, didn't he? He gave all he had, first, second, third, and he didn't guess out. That's what surprised me, actually.
We were both the preparation that I put in for that fight was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'd never been as fit.
You look in good shape now, to be fair as well.
Fit, Yeah, I feel all right.
Yeah.
Just that welterweight was just a little bit much for me.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the night and enjoyed the whole experience, but yeah, it'd have to be a tidy few quid to make me go back down there.
It was a great show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the best show I've been to.
Yeah, really
What a
good.
buzz. And moreover, I was buzzing for Conor. It's the first fight I've been beat, when I've been genuinely happy. Obviously, I wanted to win,
Yeah.
but I was genuinely happy for him, to get a win like that in his own backyard.
Yeah.
I thought, fair play. I could see what it meant to him, on his homecoming, and I was pleased I could share that experience with him.
It was packed, wasn't it, arena, to be fair?
it was
Fucking
actually.
ramble.
Yeah, really good event.
Yeah, it was.
What would you say is your hardest fight, Danny, you've had in the ring?
Actual fight? I'm not sure. God, they're all pretty hard, aren't they? I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. I like different fights for different reasons,
Usually then when you win.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how much you take from when you get chinned.
Yeah.
I've been chinned a few times, and you'd be surprised what you take. They're the fights you learn from.
Yeah.
Going in there and blowing someone out in the first round, you'll never learn a fucking thing. Them fights when you're left alone. And not only that, moreover, you see who your fucking mates are.
Oh yeah.
You see who your mates are.
Yeah, because
Never-
they're all on your side
Because
when you're
everyone's
winning.
a fan while you're winning, isn't
Well,
it?
everyone loves a winner, don't
Yeah.
they? You know, but I remember that first loss. My coach Wayne said to me, you know, I couldn't quite wait up what he was talking about. I was a bit fucking concussed, to be honest. He said, "You'll probably be on your own for a few days." It which went right over my head. I didn't know what he meant. And it was like the next morning, I thought, fucking hell, yeah. The phone hadn't fucking rang once. It was only me and my fucking bird, in the fucking changing room afterwards when I was getting stitched up. Wayne had to go. You know, but all that fucking entourage and all them people fucking
Nowhere
round
to
you.
be seen.
Mate, before the fight, you couldn't have got a fucking Rizzler paper between their tongue and my ass. You know? And then fucking all of a sudden, you know, it's just how it is. But it's liberating, really. You know, obviously it's never nice getting whacked that hard.
Yeah.
But, yeah, looking back, I think I learned more from my losses than I did anything else.
Yeah.
But what's emotional feel? Because you talk a lot about, you know, when you win,
Yeah.
and you say that adrenaline and, you know, that buzz you get.
Yeah.
That's you know, that you can't get that nowhere else. It's like all the
No.
drugs combined. That's what you said, didn't you, at
absolutely, mate.
once?
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah, nothing comes close to
yeah,
it.
but what goes up has to come down, isn't it? Yin and yang.
Yeah. Big time, mate.
And you said it's really terrible place to be, isn't it? For a couple of days.
It's a long, long way down, you know.
I've heard
Yeah.
some fighters as well. Maybe you can touch on this. That even when they win, there's still a massive crash after.
Well, it's even bigger when you win.
Yeah.
You fall harder when you win, because obviously you've got a lot further to come down. You
Yeah.
know, what goes up must come down. As I say, obviously when you've been beat, you're already down there, mate. There's only one way, and that's up.
Yeah.
You know, so you find yourself your emotions and your mood after you've been beat sort of is on a steady climb. You know, after the few days you start climbing and feel better. Obviously when you've had a good win, especially if you've been on the piss like I did last weekend, you know, you go out and you how can I put
Celebrate.
it? You prolong that buzz. You know, you
Yeah.
prolong that buzz, if you like, celebrating and whatnot. And yeah, you know, I fell hard this week.
You didn't start coming down that mountain, did you?
No, mate, it was before that. I needed that. That was a pat on the back for me.
Yeah.
But
It's from alcohol as well. That you know, the hangover. Usually, it's not that second days, day after you get I get anxiety and
Yeah,
like you feel down as
absolutely.
fuck. You think
I've been
"Fuck,
getting
you
it for
know."
the last 5 days. You know, I wasn't even aware that I had anxiety. You know, like I think when I was younger, I thought anxiety was like for puffs. You know, I thought, you know, just foolishly, blindly, I thought anxiety meant you were scared.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. You know, I was so wrong. You know, I never realised I had any levels of anxiety until I started taking Supreme CBD.
Yeah.
And I was like, I invest in my thoughts, mate. That's what I do. You know, my thoughts run at 1,000,000 miles an hour, like real quick, I think, in comparison to.
So what that CBD? I actually did wanted to ask you about that because you speak a lot about that. Don't
Yeah, I
you?
love it.
And so what does it do to you? It just calms you down and slows you down.
Yeah,
or?
it slows my brain down. And
Yeah.
Well, I haven't had none for the last 5 days because I left it at Birmingham. You see, I left it in an hotel, and for the last 5 days, you know, I must say I've noticed it, and it's not. How can I put it? You know, my thoughts are running away now. They're always there. It's just like, how can I put it? It's like a movie in the background that you're not paying much attention to.
Yeah.
You know, you can invest if you want, but I would just let it play out if I were you. And that's just kind of how it is all the time, just constantly there. But when CBD just takes me a bit further away from it,
Yeah.
and I don't invest. You know, I don't invest in my thoughts. I don't know what my next thought's going to be to you.
No.
Something you've got no control over, mate. You know,
Yeah.
and you just let that shit play out.
Yeah.
But see, when I start investing and start, overthinking, over worrying, and then what you do is you attach emotion to the thought, and it starts playing with your nerves. You know, and we're all guilty of that, I think.
Spirals, isn't it? Yeah.
Overthinking stuff,
Yeah.
especially with, you know, you see if you're like, you know, a dad or a partner or whatever, you know, you can overthink a lot of things,
Yeah.
and you know, it's no good for your nerves, mate. It's just no good, you know. And it's one of the biggest killers on earth. You know, stress, inflammation,
Yeah.
direct link to heart disease.
Yeah.
You know, it kills about 15% of all people. Stress.
Constant anxiety, stress. Yeah.
That's it. It's bad for you, mate. You know, and I take that CBD. I just detach from it. I feel it just fading out. You know, my nerves come down, and it increases the production of serotonin. You know, the feel-good hormone, so it regulates your mood.
Would you take that leading up to a fight as well?
I take it every day.
Every day.
Every
I take
day.
it every day. I drink fucking half a bottle of it after a fight. 'Cause it's great for, you know, all the anti-inflammatories, joint pain.
Yeah.
It's, you know, by far the greatest product I've ever had anything to do with. What a product.
I was thinking if it were going to chill you out a bit too much, would you lose that bit of fire in your belly or not?
No, you know something. I've had too much of it before, and it's sent me the other way. It's wired me.
Does it?
You know, if I have loads of it, it kind of wires me, like wakes me right up. So I don't like
There's
that.
no actual. There's no THC in there, isn't it?
Well, there's trace amounts, mate.
Trace
There's not enough for it to fail a drugs test.
Right. Okay.
You know, and like I say, I could really use some more CBD at the moment because I've been gone for 5 days without it. But you know, I'm not. It's got no addictive properties whatsoever. You know, I'm not. I don't need it.
Yeah.
You know, I just recognise how it works.
Because it's good for you, kind
That's
of
it.
thing.
Just good for my thoughts. Chills me out, man. Makes me calmer. My responses and everything better. Like I said before, it's that once if I'm all right up here, that spills out into everything.
Because apart from many things, you're a lifelong smoker as well, aren't you? You kind of stop now.
Yeah, I slowed right down. You know, I still the occasional user of marijuana.
Yeah.
You know, I like a smoke on occasion.
I kind of like what you said. Was it in Tiffin's podcast? You did mention that. You said, you know, you obviously fighting addiction every day, and you're recovering from it, and then now and then you will smoke a joint,
Of course.
and that transparency, I think it means a lot, because somebody else probably would hide that.
Yeah, well, you know, I think I've had this conversation a few times in the last few weeks about recovery and stuff. I don't practice my recovery anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I don't go to the rooms, and I don't even hardly speak to anybody in recovery anymore. And that's my choice. You know, that's what I decided to do, because changed my views so much on so many things, you know, over time. And you know, it was better for me not to practice it no more. You know, I'm not obviously. Sometimes I seen it just taken over people, you know, everything. And I think the way I put it was this: if you follow anything, you know, if you follow a program or a doctrine, or if you follow it that rigorously, you know, like there's no freedom in that. No, where's your freedom? You know, like I'm free to make my own choices, responsible choices. I make bad decisions every day, by the way, but like
So is everyone else.
yeah, you know, but I'm completely free, you know, from addiction, and I'm an addict, you know, and that's how it is. But I'm not driven by substances anymore. They don't control me, you know. And if I wanna have a bit party or a smoke or a night on the drink with the lads when it suits me, as and when, I will do. You know, I'm free to make my own decisions.
Do you feel at peace then with that?
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, because it took a long time, man. It just took a long time to get. It's funny, you know, we're not even the same people that we were yesterday, mate. You, me, none of us, you know. And I'm a million different people, you know, in the same day, man. I don't know what I stand for. I can stand for something so solid in the morning. 2 hours later, I'm like, fuck it off. You know what I mean?
What about religion, Danny? Where are you with that now?
Yeah, I'm not religious whatsoever. I follow Christ. You know, I love Jesus.
That's not a religion. That's a belief, isn't it?
Well, the teachings of Christ are undeniable, mate. You know, like, they're undeniable. And like I say, I don't think there's a truth of the Bible. If you don't apply directly to your life, you know, you will benefit from it.
Yeah.
You know, but I just, without going too deep into it, you know, you know, Jesus, in my opinion, whatever that's worth, never ever wanted his teachings to transpire into this way. You know, the church. Once the Romans got out of it, the church, it just all changed. It separated it. God's in here. God's inside every man. The kingdom of heaven is within. You know, and the gate is narrow and few may find it. Yeah. But it was just all too much for me, you know, like separating it. You know, like God's up here. You know, like God's up here, you're down there, you know, and if you pray hard, and one day, if you're a very good little boy, you know, you might go to heaven. What a crock of shite.
I agree with that.
Do you know what I mean? What a load of shite.
You know, the other thing as well that always confused me, since actually I was a little boy, I was always questioning that. It did not make sense to me whatsoever, and it still doesn't. So there is Christianity, like say the Bible and all that. Then there is Judaism. Then there is, Muslims, Islam.
Uh-huh.
And so whichever religion you go to, in that religion's, from that religion's point of view, you're a good boy. You know, you with us, you with the right people. All the other religions are wrong. We are right. And so as Christianity will tell you the same, you're like, aren't we all the same? Just believe in one God. So how come that doesn't make sense to me?
Yeah.
And I never did. I thought, this is
It's
bullshit.
usually where you come from, where you're born, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how lucky are you to be born in this spot? You know.
Yeah. You know, I think once I got into it, it reminded me a little bit of recovery as well. You know, like how can I put it? These people, you know, right. a big thing in recovery is like your ego, you know. And you know, the closer when I pray and meditate, you know, the closest I've been to Christ is when my own egos and my own stuff that I desire for myself is subdued. You know, when you can resist and restraint. You know, restraint is a spiritual principle. You know, and if you can practice it, you'll benefit as a person. But it's hard, man, because, you know, we all like what we like, don't we? But I think sometimes, I noticed in the rooms especially, like, you know, the people's ego takes on like a spiritual disguise. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, like, they still think they're better than you, you know, but they're doing it in a different way now. You know, like, they're all like, you know, it's the best way I can put it. You know, their ego takes on like some kind of spiritual disguise. You know, like, it hasn't been subdued at all. It's just fucking changed its outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
it's
know what I
sort
mean?
of, come here, you know, I will help you, but in a way that, because I'm better than you and I know how to do this right. And
Sort of.
Sort of,
Yeah,
yeah.
sort of, you know, there's, like I say, it's just, and this is, you know, this is just my opinion. It's just my experience, you know, with certain people. I just think, yeah, your ego ain't really gone anywhere, mate. You know, it's just like, you just think you've
Different
fucking achieved,
clothing.
you think you've achieved Zen now. You
Yeah.
know, like, I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's difficult. You know, everyone's different, aren't they?
So
Yeah.
many, with fighters specifically though, with ego, it's a massive part of it, isn't it?
Of course it is, mate. I think it's
Huge.
Yeah, you need.
If you haven't got that, you're fucked. You're in big trouble, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. It's like, it is what it is. Isn't it?
if you go into the ring, and I think this is where you have a problem now as well, because gloves doesn't do anything for you anymore, right? Because you're not scared to die. You know, when you go with the gloves, you think it's just fucking, you know, it's a bit of a pillow fight.
Yeah.
When you go into bare knuckle fight,
Uh,
this is real for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
you
of
know
course.
that stuff can happen, so
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
motivates you. You have to get out of bed, you have to be ready, you have to be better than the
Yeah.
other guy.
absolutely.
And the only way you can win is if you actually truly believe you're better than your opponent. Otherwise, you have no chance, don't you? If you
Absolutely.
walked into the ring and you already think, well, he's better than me, then, well, you kind of
That's
fucked,
it.
aren't you?
When you know, if people saying it's you against you in there, you know, that's so true, you know,
Yeah.
because it's only you that's going to doubt yourself. It's only you that's going to, like, you know, cast shadows over your own training or maybe cut corners or whatever. It's like, who gives a fuck if you get beat?
Yeah.
If you turn up 100% of yourself, that's the win. That's the win, mate. That's
Yeah.
the win. That's applying yourself to be 100% of yourself. You've already won, mate. It doesn't matter what happens. You know, like, you're the only
Yeah.
person. You're the only person that really can get in your own way. You know, it's like I said, it's you against you out there, and it's so fucking true. That's true in the gym. That's true in the ring. That's true when you're alone at bed, you know, on a night in your bed alone. That's true as well. You know, it's just fucking you against you, man.
Yeah.
You know, and we get carried away, don't we? Social media is a massive part of it because it's fucking, what do you call it? It's validation fucking city, innit?
It is,
Do you know what I mean?
And it's everyone's
Validation
guilty of
fucking
it, isn't
avenue,
it?
and it's temptation fucking avenue as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
You know, so it's got a lot to answer for, and I think that spills over into everyone's fucking behaviours. You know what I mean? It was like everyone wants to be like the fucking influencer now, don't they?
Well, that's true as well.
You know, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is with these influencers and that. You know, a lot of people influence people, don't they? You know, like, people just influence people just how they are. You know, like, it don't matter what it is. You know, if people influence others, and that's how it is. You know, but like, if you're one of these people out there and you call yourself a social media influencer, I just think you're a cock. You know, I really do. You know, I really do. I'm not saying that people don't influence people, you know, but if you're out there labeling yourself, if it's written in your bio, you're a fucking cock.
Which is a lot of them, by the way.
Yeah. That's it. I just think, fuck them.
I think, I don't know if you want to go there then, Brett May.
Yeah, fucking
Got
right.
to
Bring him on.
Yeah.
We had a little chat.
It wouldn't be a
Might as
podcast
well.
without the fucking red name.
We had a little chat with you up in Lou Fuses, didn't we? Last August.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Fuck Brett May. I'm not even going to bring him up. And you're, we can go there if you want. I'm like, no. Then after, as soon as I finished, I was like, why didn't I fucking mention him?
You know, he's everyone's favourite fucking pillock, innit? You know, it's just one of them. Remember the Wolfman off the Gladiators?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like that. Everyone loves to hate him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Do you think he can actually fight, Danny?
I don't think he could fight fuck all.
Well,
personally.
apparently he's been, well, I haven't seen it personally. He had one bare knuckle fight,
Yeah.
hasn't he? But it was...
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I don't rate him at all. Yeah, fuck Brett, mate.
Was it cut short as well, that fight, or something, or stopped?
I'm not sure. I really don't know.
Yeah,
I'd
he said
love
he
5
couldn't
minutes
see.
with him.
Yeah, he said he couldn't see.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah,
See.
yeah.
What, 5
Oh,
minutes?
sorry, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah,
Fought
I
the
just
same show
remember
as
that.
me.
What, 5 minutes for a chat or for a bit of a...
I'd just fucking smack him silly.
Mm.
I don't think you're going to punch any sense into him, like, but I'll have a good fucking go.
Yeah. Well, as you know, we had Andrew Anthony here a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
That's right. I do like Andrew Anthony.
Yeah, some really nice bloke, and
Yeah.
he kind of shine a light on everything. What happened? What went down between you, Brett, and Anthony? And
I did
the
see
truth kind
I
of.
seen a little bit of that clip. You must
Yeah.
have had a clip on
Yeah.
YouTube, you
Yeah.
lads. I
Yeah.
watched a little bit of that clip.
Yeah.
He's one of them, innit? For whatever reason, you know, he likes the show, man. He brings the numbers, Brett May, for whatever reason.
Fair play to him in that
Well,
sense.
that's it, you know. You obviously, you can't fucking teach stupid, can you? You know, he's a one-off, isn't he?
Yeah.
So that day when you're supposed to fight him, what happened?
I mean, he shit his knickers,
Yeah.
you know, in a nutshell, and I couldn't find him anywhere. You know, he said he was
Nowhere
here,
to
he
be
said he
seen.
was there, we were driving about finding for him. There was £20,000 on the fucking table.
Yeah.
All he had to do was turn up and take his yucking, you know, but he couldn't.
Well, Andrew Anthony was telling us that he tried to change rules. Oh, I want no rules.
Oh,
then
that
I want
was it,
this
yeah.
MMA, and he's like, "What the
That
fuck
was
are you
it.
talking about?
Yeah,
You're
I
having a
couldn't
queen."
fight you in a fucking wheelchair for 20 grand. Are you fucking mad?
He
You
goes,
know
what,
what I mean?
he goes, what way you gonna try to lay on him and squash him? He goes, what are you gonna try to do? He goes, what the fuck are you on about?
He rung me back on Andrew Anthony and said he's asked for a no rules fight. I said, tell him he can have it. And then Andrew said, well, these lads they won't pay for a no rules fight. It was a fucking straightener they wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't monetize someone getting the fucking eyes gouged out,
Yeah.
mate. You can't monetize that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, fuck Brett, mate. Next question. Come on, boys. Yeah,
So when he gets out of jail, you're up for it, yeah?
yeah, fucking right.
I think he'll pop up again, won't
Fucking
he?
hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a feeling we haven't seen the last of him.
Oh wow.
Listen, he brings numbers.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, fair play to him. He's a fucking idiot, but yeah. So can I ask you about your good mate of yours, Kieran Sewell? He had a bit of a war, didn't he, a couple of weeks
scumbag.
ago?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, it's been such a pleasure to watch him go from where he's come from and to where he is now. Put a lump in my throat, mate.
Yeah.
I fucking really like the lad. Yeah, proud of him, man.
He's tough as hell, isn't he?
Fucking so proud of
What
that
a
lad.
tough person,
Yeah.
Jesus
There's
Christ.
fucking boyos, and then there's fucking boyos. Like, he's just one of them.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of them. Born for the game, you know.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
He come in the gym. I mean, he's always been able to have a fight. But he come in the gym very raw. You know, he could always whack. He always had power, but he just couldn't put punches together. You know, he couldn't put twos and threes together. He just didn't have the fluency. You know, he's been in the gym for a year non-stop, just to see how much
That's
he's come
over.
on.
It's just a year.
He's been in probably just over a year.
Do you know what? He looked impressive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in Manchester, his BKFC
Maybe
debut.
14, 16 months, like, and I'm talking, that's all. That's the only gym time he's ever had.
Yeah, well, last September he made his BKFC debut in Manchester.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
right.
Yeah.
Against
I think as well what benefits lads like Kieran is the bare knuckle is like a game all by itself. It's a style all by itself. You know, it's not like you can't really mimic it apart from doing it. You know, it's hard to mimic in the gym as well. So it's more like the entry's different, the defence is different. You turn the knuckle over slightly different, and the lads just seem to stand a little bit further back from each other. You know, when they're before they engage. There's a few differences, and you know, like I said, it takes a bit of getting used to. But when Kieran's coming in, you know, he hasn't got any bad habits to unlearn. He hasn't got any boxing background, Muay Thai
so it's
background.
raw,
No,
yeah.
he's got nothing to undo. You know, so he's just coming in and learning the bare knuckle, which is keeping your fucking head off the line 99% of the time. You know, and he's just got the improvements he's made is fucking out of this world. And I really thought he was going to win that fight with Garside, and I think if they run it back, he beats him. But you know, I got to tip me out to Lewis Garside.
Yeah.
You know, what a tough individual.
nice kid as well, isn't he?
Yeah, real nice
both
lad.
Nice
You know, we've got all the
kids.
time in the world for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to September his debut, wasn't it, against Paul?
Yeah.
Was it Pientnik? I can't remember his,
That's right. Yeah,
Fucking good. I was very impressed with him then. To say
Yeah.
that was his debut.
yeah.
To say that.
His movement and everything, you know, he's quite
That's
short
right.
anyway, but his movement, our fucking footwork as well, I was
Yeah.
really impressed with him.
That's right.
And
He's-
obviously his
he's got
power.
a wide base.
Yeah, he has,
It's
yeah.
very low with his head. Yeah.
Obviously, when you're a tall guy punching down as well, it's difficult,
that's
isn't it?
it.
It's awkward.
Yeah, it surprised me in the gym a few times. He's just getting better and better, man. It's good to see him constantly improving, and I've got all the the faith in the world that he'll have a title around his waist one day before long as well. You know, the losses like that, trying to tell him that they're the losses that they turn fucking to boys into men. You know, losses like that. You know, once you readjust and regroup and take it for what it was, you're only going to get better after a fight like that.
Yeah, I mean, Garside as well. He looked impressive against who did he fight last?
Chip Chase.
Chip Chase.
That's right.
Yeah, beautiful shot there.
That's right.
Which do you think fighting style would you say suits the best? Martial art suits the best bare knuckle, because when they all come from different grounds, don't they? And it seems like some people are suited better than the others, aren't they?
Yeah.
What would you say is the best?
It's a good question. I think personally, I like aggressive power punchers. You know, windy head movement, aggressive power punches. To me, they're always. But that's just for me. That's just the most exciting style for me. You know, so that's always what I want to see anyway. But it just depends. You know, look at Conatini. He's not. I mean, he scored some good knockouts, but he's not known as like a knockout merchant.
No.
But he moves incredibly well, and look how he moves and slipping
His
and sliding.
footwork, yeah.
My
God!
Some of his tools are just incredible. You know, so I think it probably comes down to that. You know, what you can implement the most. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of things work in there. You know, it's
amateur box. That's what he was. He was amateur boxer.
Good movement, good long levers. Yeah, you know.
Did he even turn pro? I can't remember.
Conor. Don't think he was a pro.
No, I don't think he was a pro. He was just from amateur straight into bare knuckle, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. And like I say, he's got that style that it's like elusiveness in it. You know, he never stands still. But yeah, very effective and a very good bare knuckle fighter.
Yeah.
Because some professional boxers, they seem like it doesn't suit them very well, don't they?
That's right. A lot of pros,
and it's like it's not for them.
You see some good pros, like the one of the biggest attributes is that they can tuck up really well, and they'll just stand in front of you and let you tee off on them because you can't get through. Well, that's, you can't do that in bare knuckle.
Yeah,
someone will just take your eyebrow off.
Straight through. Yeah.
I've got one for you. What do you think about that? Was announced, wasn't it, a couple of weeks ago? Rico Franco and Conatini.
What a fight! What a fight! Two friends of mine. You know, I've done a few rounds with Rico for the Conor fight, but I like them both. You know, and may the best man win. It's good to see them. I know they had a bit of chew, I think, after that fight. You know, it's good to see it kind of put to bed now. I think a few years have passed, you know.
About 4 or 5 years ago, wasn't it?
People grow up a bit and that as well, you know what I mean? And I think that's just how it is. They went out to America when they went to the Champions Summit. Yeah. And they were getting on, pretty well. Good. And it was good. I was pleased. And we'll see who the best man is, come that fight. I can't make a prediction.
I'm going to ask you who your money be on.
I just can't make a prediction there, I
think I'm saying it's just
it's very difficult. I bet you'd have a good idea after the first round. It's how it is with this bare knuckle. Sometimes it's really hard to tell until they come together. Once they come together, you've had to watch them for a couple of minutes. You're like, you get an idea how the fight's going to go.
I think Rico got him out there first round when they fought last time.
That's right.
That was years ago. And
it was, and as well, I think when you look at the pair of them, of course, but when you look at Conor especially, he looked like a boy.
He did. Yeah,
he looked like a boy, and he's physically matured now.
Yeah. He's a big fucker as well.
He's a mush, He'll have his man strength and that now, and he'll have changed a lot. His physicality's,
he's quite tall as well, isn't he? He's about.
Yeah, I think he's about 6'2", isn't
he? Yeah. And Rico is I think he's about my height, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Rico's maybe even an inch shorter than me, so maybe 5'10" or something.
Yeah, it's a mouth-watering fight.
It is a really good fight.
I'm saying I'm 50-50. I don't know. It's very hard to judge that.
I think he's improved a hell of a lot.
That's the thing. Both of them are different fighters what they were when they met first time, because that was long time ago. Mm-hmm. And Tierney came a long way, Rico came a long way, and
they both went on their own journeys.
They did.
They both won titles in the BKFC.
This is for interim welterweight title as well. Isn't
interim world title,
Big fucking fight.
Big fight for the pair of them. Yeah, and buzzing. May the best man win. I'll be there.
You'll be there, yeah.
I will be there, mate, for sure.
You can call winner out, can't you?
Well, yeah, mate, we'll see.
And so you're trying to go back to BKFC as well yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not. Like I say, it's all cocked and locked.
Can I just ask you? Were you actually, when I spoke to you last time, you again up in Middlesbrough?
Yeah.
You said that you kind of retired, weren't you? Immediately after the fight, was it just like a knee-jerk decision, and you thought, what?
I retired after every fight, man. I've retired. I was only ever going to have one. You know, I thought when they come to Wembley,
Yeah.
I thought this is all right. I'll have a go at this. They've got, you know, like that. I got that viral gym fight that I had that blew up, and that's kind of how I got noticed, really.
Yeah.
The call came. I thought, you know, something. Why not? I'd watched it a little bit. This BKFC and over in America. I thought, you know, something. I'm fucking gonna have a go at it. I had one, and my head was sore for fucking weeks, and I thought, yeah, that'll do. You know what I mean? And then once I recovered, I thought, you know, something, maybe another go. And I've done that after the Anthony Holmes fight. I retired after the Anthony Holmes fight. I retired after the Jared Warren fight. I've retired after every fight since the Anthony Holmes
How many
fight.
had now? 10 or so?
Me?
Yeah.
8.
8.
I've had 8, yeah. I've had 8, and I've loved every one of them. You know, I just love the game, man. It's good to see it exploding now onto the mainstream. You know, it's good to see BKFC and Bare Knuckle getting the exposure that it deserves on these, you know, mainstream sports networks.
And you look at DAZN. You've headlined a couple of
It's
times.
becoming
DAZN,
accepted as an actual sport.
Mate.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've just become a granddad, is that right?
Yeah,
and
that's right.
you still got plenty of life in your
Yeah,
head,
I was
man.
buzzing to be doing that and to be still
Still
doing
headlining
that.
shows.
Age.
Fucking good on you, mate.
That's
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Absolutely, I'm buzzing.
So, if you had a magic wand, how would next say year to 18 months pan out?
Oh mate, God only knows. You know, one day at a time for me, bro.
Is that how you look at it?
One day at a time. One day at a time, mate. Yeah, I've always got plans and bits of goals and whatever aspirations and whatnot. But yeah, I don't really look any further than today, really.
So you don't even think what's after, you know, once, you know, you actually
One fight at a time.
retire.
Not really. You know.
Yeah.
Not really. I'm gonna start grappling. You know, when I know
Grappling.
when I know I can't box anymore, I'll go into it. I'll take up the jiu-jitsu. Something I've always had in my mind.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Something I've always
really
had in my
difficult thing, isn't it, to master? And
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bothered about mastering it. I just want to crack at it, and you know, like I say, the gym, just to be in a gym basically, and stay there, because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to, you know, to keep punching. Really, you know, I don't know how long, and I refuse to keep going till the wheels fall off. You know, I've got I've got 5 kids and a grandkid. You know, there's more to life than getting punched in the head. But
And you don't do it necessarily for money, do you? I've heard you say it a few times.
No, not
obviously
at
you
all.
want pain, but
Obviously, we won't pay.
you're not driven by money.
No, I love it, mate. I love it. You know, there's nothing like it. Being in a fight.
yeah.
Absolutely, nothing comes close to it. You know, and it doesn't even matter if you're getting battered. It's just I told you, with my brain, a real fast brain. I don't get to think about anything in there. You know, there's nothing. My brain switches off. It's the only place it does.
Is that
it
when
really.
you're most at peace? Then you'd say.
Yeah, I've just got one thing to focus on.
Yeah.
And even if I'm getting chinned, it's still, you know, a hell of a lot better than not being in there.
Do you know, it's going back a bit, but you know, your first big loss, how did you deal with that? Because that's
badly.
when you first time have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's a horrible place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but like I said, I've fell harder when I've won. You know, it's like there's not a lot. There's nowhere to go really when you've been beat. You know, you're already on the deck type of thing, and you just kind of you start that slow, steady progression of feeling better. But I've always felt worse after I've had good wins. The Anthony Holmes fight, especially when I won the title and won that fight in the way that I did. Yeah, I don't think I crashed, you know, that hard. Sat looking at the belt 3 or 4 days later, just thinking, fuck it. You know, I just couldn't.
It's just
Couldn't enjoy it, really.
didn't mean too much as you thought it would.
Just couldn't enjoy my victory out, mate. I was just depressed.
Fucking
It's crazy, isn't it? You
it's
realise,
absolutely
it is,
insane
yeah.
that nobody speaks of
Yeah.
that as either.
Yeah,
You know, like boxers or MMA fighters, they don't speak of that, don't they?
yeah.
Ever.
Like I say, what goes up must come down. You know, you've got
Yeah.
to you've got to balance it out, haven't you?
Do you think there should be something put in place to help fighters then, Danny? Like psychologically, rather than just
I mean,
if you ain't got to fight, fuck you basically. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Well, yeah,
you left
you know,
your own
it's like-
devices.
it's like, how far do you want to go? You know, like, yeah, it'd be good to see some kind of whatever psychological aid or whatever, you know, in place to help these lads. But like, how far do you want to go? You know, like, where do you draw the line? You know, like, you give them a fucking medical. You know, they get brain scans, they get medicals. Like, you know, it's like, is it the BKFC's job to regulate your fucking mood when you're not fighting? Do you know what I mean? Is it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? It's
Yeah,
not
it
like,
makes sense
and I'm not
then,
for a
yeah.
minute saying that, you know, if you, let's say you accumulate some damage or something and that's a direct fault of the company or whatever, yeah, of course you should get something. Absolutely, you should be compensated and looked after. But I don't think they should be nursing your mental health, you know, personally.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
learn to deal with that yourself.
Yeah, there's a million and one things out there, isn't there, to improve yourself and to feel better and that. I don't.
Yeah, Supreme CBD's one.
Well, there you
That's
go,
it,
mate.
Going for walks.
Bingo, plug.
Yeah.
There you
Going
go.
for a long walk, isn't it?
Absolutely going for walks. There's a million and one ways though, isn't there? To regulate yourself and that. It's one of
Yeah.
them. It's like, again, it's you against you. No one's going to make you happy. No one's going to go
Oh
and do
yeah,
that walk
you
for
have to
you.
get out of bed in the morning, isn't
Well,
it?
that's it. You got to go and do it for yourself, mate. No one's going to do it.
Yeah.
It's like saying when like trying to say that to Kieran, like what that was, all right, he got beat, but that was like the best possible outcome really for losing a fight. You got fight of the night, you got your purse doubled, and you've got 5 rounds in the bank.
Yeah.
To speak on John O Chip Chase then very briefly, I do like John O a lot, but there was talk of John O, getting a world title fight with Kai, and that after he had 3 first-round knockouts. Fair play to him. 3 first-round knockouts is good going in this game. But, he wasn't. After 3 wins, 3 knockouts, everyone was talking about him fighting for a title. He hadn't been tested.
Yeah.
No one had seen how deep he could go. And that's massive in this game. People knowing that you can go to the trenches. I said after your second fight, I said, you're a dog. Everybody knows you can go to the trenches. And to recover from a punch like that, mate, your stock's only going to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that punch, wasn't it? Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's right. Broke his jaw, man.
Did he?
Yeah, broke his jaw.
Fucking hell.
I don't think he knew until about 2 days ago.
It shows you toughness at boy, though, doesn't it? When he gets it from side or behind.
Yeah.
And
You were completely blinded, wasn't
Oh,
it?
he'll take some putting away.
Yeah.
He will take some stopping, especially down there at 135. I don't think anyone will put him away or knock him over. I just can't see it happening. But
He's quite a stocky lad as well, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
White
Some
shoulders
power in
and
him.
yeah,
you can see
it's
like,
very, very hard for a 135er.
yeah.
Yeah.
He would do well in jiu-jitsu, I think.
Yeah, he's done a lot. He's really good at wrestling and grappling.
Oh, is he?
actually.
Yeah.
He is. He's yeah. Yeah, he just pick you up and dump you on your fucking head. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the one thing I wanted to ask you, Danny, it was Joe Lister and Sean Weir.
Yeah.
Another walkout.
Yeah.
I know it seems we're banging on about walkouts here, but out of all, how many events we've been to now? 5 or 6 events. I've watched all walkouts, and apart from yours down in Birmingham, when Sean Weir walked out to face Joe Lister, fucking, I've never felt like it in my
That was
life.
different,
Can you
wasn't it?
explain that to me?
Electric,
Because
wasn't it?
you put a post up saying it was kind of, I can't remember how you put it now, but what you said, I text you saying I resonate with that big time.
Yeah.
It felt something. It was special. My spine was tingling.
That's right.
I was it was like Joe, my younger brother. And I spent a bit of time with him. I would just expecting pure violence. The song that he come out to, Gladiator theme tune, and honestly, I was nearly shaking. I've never felt like it before in my life.
Yeah, put a lump in my throat.
Yeah, you were cornering Joe, weren't you? That
Really
day?
did. Yeah.
Did you? Can you try and explain what you were feeling?
I knew the boy was connected. I knew he's got God in his corner. I knew as soon as I had anything to do with him. You can just tell with him. He's got
Serious.
He's got a divine connection, mate. Trust me, and that can only get that in here. And he's got it. He's definitely got it. And I'll take a bit of stopping, Sean Weir. Like,
For sure.
he hits incredibly hard.
Oh, the last fight.
Yeah,
Fuck, you know.
he hits very, very hard.
Matty's no
Sean.
slouch, is he?
No,
he's a
Matty
tough-
can take a
tough
punch
lad.
as well.
Matty's a right hard fucking lad.
Yeah, he's a
Matty
hard-
is a real tough boy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've got a lot of time for him, haven't we, Matty? We've
Yeah.
had him on a couple of
Yeah,
times.
I like him
Really
a lot.
nice kid.
I get on with him well. He's a
Yeah.
good lad, Matty. Yeah, they're all good lads in this game. There's only one or two. There's one lad I come across that I could have strangled him there and then, but apart from that, that one exception, I'd get on with everybody in this game.
It is like a family, isn't it? It's crazy because it's the most brutally sporting world, and every guy we've come across, whether like guys like you, like top fighters, or every single one of you that we've either interviewed or spent a little bit of time with, I thought it's been absolutely fucking. It's just like a family.
Yeah,
It's
There's a lot of respect as well.
yeah, of course.
It's the humility in between each other, isn't it? It's like, I remember we spoke about it, and in like MMA or other martial arts,
Yeah, Main Street boxing.
mainstream boxing, you hear a lot, I'm the best and all this, and
Yeah.
they just ramble on, and you think they just shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
And then, good example, you yourself. It was a while ago, I can't remember what you said, but the way you word yourself, you said, I know I'm not the best boxer in the world, but I know I can box and I know I can crack. And that's all I've got. And I just go into ring and I give it all. And that humility is understanding where you are and what you can do is different. And everybody in this sport, it seems, or at least most of them, seems to be the same.
Yeah.
They know what they can do. They'll never say and shout, look at me and all this. And I love that about I just
think,
love it.
You know, when you're in, it stands out as well. I noticed that a couple of years ago, you know, when you're in, when all the lads are getting weighed in, you know, like, or whatever, they're at the fighters' meeting or whatever, you know, when you get that many bare knuckle fighters in the same room, everybody's really calm, you know, like super calm. There's no egos, there's no one shouting their mouth off, you know, like I think it comes down to like everybody knows how fucking hard it is. Everybody knows what everyone else has went through, and everybody knows that we're all fucking dogs, you know, like, so it's like if you put, you know, the same amount of people together randomly off the street, you can imagine
they'll
all
be rolling round.
you can imagine them all, you know, fucking like, you know, that's
try that
how
with
it gets.
football fans.
It's just lads. Yeah, try that with football fans. It's just lads. You put a lot of fighters together. It's not like that. The lads, they kind of just know. They just know. They already know what everyone's about. You know what I mean?
Only one person that springs to mind for me, we're kicking off with that Emu Foxy fought
that's
is
that
it Shepherd.
Yeah, that's that horrible little fucking slink.
Is it
I wasn't going to mention his name, you know, but you did, yeah, he's a fucking little rat. Yeah, fuck him anyway.
A little prick.
Yeah, fucking dog, mate.
Yeah.
There will always be one, isn't it? It's just...
Yeah, it's just how it is, mate. Listen, we don't have to get on with everybody. It's all right. And it's absolutely fine to think someone's a wanker.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, mate. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, we're not expected to like each other. And, you know, and there's a load of people I want to fucking knock the faces clean off them. You know, I probably won't. But, you know, there's that many people out there, especially in this game. You know, some of the staff and that, like, not so much BKFC staff, by the way, but, like, some of the stuff that you have to deal with in this fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like we had some at the venue on that Birmingham show. You know, it's like fucking hell. It's like you come all this way and you've been spoke to like a piece of shit of some fucking 22-year-old bird that works there. You know, like fucking thinks she runs the venue and that.
Yeah.
Just some of these people you just come across.
There's no respect, is there?
You've just got to tolerate them. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's the opposite. I think it's fear, because they know who you are. They know what the show they put on. They know this is a bare knuckle event. And then it's a 22-year-old bird with a bit of ego, and then she sees a bare knuckle fight, and she just wants to prove that she's not scared of you, kind of thing.
You know, I mean, it's just one of them, and everyone's different, and I'm one of them. You know, like I'm one of them. I'm known for my, like, disproportionate reactions. You know, I can be short-tempered. You know, no patience, and I just, you know, I can just turn around and tell you to go fuck yourself. You know, at random. You know, and it's just how it is, and I don't mind that. It's just how it is. I don't mind. You know, the unpredictability that I've got. I don't think I'm a typical person, you know what I mean? So,
well, you can't be a typical person to do this, isn't it? You have to be different at very least.
That's it. Sometimes I just can't hold my tongue, and when I've said what I wanted to say, you know, it feels like a tenth of an orgasm. You know, like, I feel better, you know? Yeah.
Instantly.
That's it. Yeah.
Have you ever been close to joining any other promotion in sense like BKB or...
Surely they try to headhunt you.
I was in messages with the matchmaker only a couple of weeks ago, I think, there or thereabouts. There may be an offer to go over there. It was quite reasonable, to be honest, but it was a bit of a step down to what I've been used to getting paid in the BKFC.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think that'd suit your style in that Trigon?
Probably,
yeah.
I think it would, you know, because you don't fight on back foot, do you?
No, I would like it. The concept of the ring and that really interests me. I just, you know, if they want me over there, they're going to have to dig a bit deeper. Simple as that. And moreover, I think that if they doubled and tripled that money, what they offered me, I really couldn't see myself going over there, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, obviously money's tempting, and if they've done it, and if the money looked right, I might do, but...
They are growing. In the last 1 year, they really...
I think there's been some good investment.
Better, yeah. There's been some good investments.
I'm just BKFC all the way. You know, absolutely all the way. I love that company. I absolutely love that company. You know, what just the way they are, and you know, they've never.
That was the start of it all. For
Dave
as well,
Feldman, especially. You know, big shout out to Dave Feldman. He's never once not come through on his word. You know, everything he's ever promised me, it's all coming to fruition. Every last thing he's ever promised me. You know.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of time and respect for him, and he's a serious businessman, and you know, he loves the company. What can you say? The company's just unbelievable, man. The BKFC, I love it, you know. There's a job there for me anytime I want it with this, you know, BKFC staff. I could go and, you know, basically do any job I wanted there, you know, and I would love to help the lads out, and that I just can't see it happening too soon with me. You know, I'm going to be in Kieran's corner, and I'm kept busy when I'm there.
What would you say has been your biggest moment in BKF? Would you say that Marbella show? Fucking huge.
Probably, yeah. Fighting for a world title, you know. I didn't really feel like I belonged with him in there that night, but it's just the game, you know. It's how it went. I've never been in there with a cunt like that before, you know. Just one of them. There's levels to this game, mate. You know, there's levels to this game, and he was a canny few levels above me, you know. I'll fight him again in the morning if I was given chance, you know.
Yeah. No, Dave Mundelli's. You were unfortunate. Well, he lost.
He got chinned off.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
The Juggernaut. Yeah, good fight. It was a good fight on paper. I was pleased for Lorenzo. You know,
he has got one punch, not finishing power, hasn't he?
Lorenzo is a phenom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Who would you say is best? If you had to, who's your favourite fighter to watch in BKFC? If you had to pick one.
Oh, there's so many. You know, there's so many. There is so many. Sean Weir, I'm looking forward to seeing him a bit more. Yeah. You know, he excites me.
Yeah, he does me.
He excites me.
Do you know what? Yeah, he shocks you, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The way he landed that punch to Hodgson, that generally shocked me. I thought, what? I just stood back. I thought, what the fuck?
That's it. Yeah. And his backstory and that, he's going to take some stopping, that lad.
I agree.
And there's nothing to lose.
There's that many of them, you know. There's that many of them. I love and respect all of them, you know. Apart from that little prick down London. But yeah, you know, like I say, I've got love and respect for them all, man. You know, what a game, what a company.
Yeah. How far can you see it going, this BKFC? 'Cause it's getting bigger and bigger.
Stratosphere, mate. It wouldn't surprise me if it's the #1 combat platform in a couple of years.
I love what Dave Feldman said a couple of years ago, said to Dana White, didn't he? And because he pitched him BKFC, and Dana White said it'll never work, they'll never let it happen, or something down the lines. And he just looked at him and said, I'll see you at the top.
Yeah. That's it. Fair
That's
play.
a quote.
That's it. Fair play, man.
Yeah. BKFC today is what UFC was probably 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So the fighters, when it started, the fighters were just most of them just people who just liked a good scrap. But now they're becoming proper athletes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's just the sport is evolving, and it's probably the most exciting time.
Absolutely, and it's evolved at a speed that is unrecognisable, really. I hear that comparison all the time, people comparing it to the UFC, and I'm not disagreeing. But like what I'm saying, like when you look at them and compare the pair of them now, even compare the pair of them 3 years ago, BKFC was moving a hell of a lot faster. From the off.
UFC was a slow grower.
You want to talk about numbers, production, mainstream networks, you know, that they've just exploded.
I agree.
You know, and the multiplication in numbers and that's just got sick, mate. You know, and that's why, you know, DAZN's paying what they're paying to stream their fights and stream their cards, and you got McGregor on. Anything he touches turns to fucking gold. You know, so what's the chances of it failing now with he's on board, mate? It's going nowhere, and it's only going to elevate further and further.
Yeah,
it's exciting time, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. With Conor, what have you been like with Conor? Have you managed to spend any time with him?
I've had a bit party with him in Marbella and that. I like him a lot. I got a really nice voice message off him once when I fought Conor, just the back end of last year. He sent me a really nice message, and I thought, you cool bastard. You know, he's one cool motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's what everyone says. That isn't it? On camera, he's one. As soon as cameras go off, he's a completely different person.
He's just a boyo, you know. You can just see it in his eyes. He's just fucking one of the lads who's fucking a bit nuts, you know what I mean?
He is.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Funny when we bumped into you in Rome in a hotel in Hilton, as we were getting press passes.
Right.
And I walked out for a bit of fresh air. Funnily enough, we were rough, weren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
not like
I saw you and Kieran inside, and I thought, I'll nip outside for a bit of fresh air. And as soon as I walked out, Conor was stood in, and I looked, I'm like, fuck. So I thought, I'm going to jump on him.
Yeah.
And he walked straight back inside, and then before you know it, there's like 20, 30 people around him.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a bit of a weird. It looked like ants running after the mother. It just went, and it was that's it.
He gets swamped everywhere he goes, doesn't he?
Christ.
Yeah.
The speed the people run towards him was unbelievable. it's a bit a weird thing to watch as well, because like
Yeah, it is.
grown men, you know, like 40-year-old men. And you
Yeah.
think,
Well, my son keeps saying, "Haven't you spoke to him yet, Dad?" And twice we're in an interview with Ginge from Shardend as well, and they were trying to fuck Ginge off, to be fair, because he would have pissed.
Yeah.
And he's here banging on, and he walks past us. He's like, "Connor, Connor," and I'm like, "All right, Ginge, see it." So anyway, it got a bit awkward, didn't it?
no, what do you say? He goes, "Oh, not today, another time, Connor, another time."
Yeah, I've been drinking the Forged Irish Stout this weekend. What? He's a cracker. Dude. Do you like him? I like him.
Ginge. Ginger's good stuff.
He's a
Yeah, I like
character.
him. It's full
I
of
had a good
beans.
crack
Isn't
to
it?
him last weekend.
Yeah.
He ended up, we abducted him in
Oh.
Rome. We abducted him for 2 days or whatever it was, yeah. Took him on a bit of a mad one. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I like him. He's a
Yeah,
good
he's a
kid.
good lad.
Yeah. So, I know you said you're not looking forward, you know, just living a day at a time. But if you would say, because you're a granddad now as well,
Yeah.
which is an
Special,
achievement,
bro.
really, isn't it? Special.
Yeah, special, bro. I got a lump in my throat,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you think? You know, your granddad was a special man, isn't he? He was
Yeah.
a war hero, a veteran. Even though he didn't call himself that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's
He
right.
said that.
That's right.
But
You've been
he-
listening.
Yeah, oh, of course I have. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
And absolutely, and he had much love for you, wasn't he? Even
Yeah.
though you was like you growing up, you was very, very hard work, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was a fucking nightmare. Yeah, absolute nightmare, you know.
And I think would be fair to say that he's the reason that you are the man today that you are.
Everything that's good in me comes from him. Everything, you know, if there's whatever it is inside me that's good, you know, it's come from him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And do you think, since you are the granddad now, do you think you would like to follow the path and try to be the man he was with your granddad? I know,
Fucking hell, that's a good question, that.
I went too deep there. I'm fucking myself now.
It's
Fuck.
okay, man. You fucking got me there.
Jesus Christ.
That's a very good question, that.
Can you ask it again?
Wait, fucking hell, I need a moment myself.
It's all right, bro. I don't mind, man. I'm an emotional guy anyway, so.
You know, Rich is going as well.
Yeah.
man.
Start talking about my granddad, mate. You're going to get me fucking tears going. It's as simple as that. You all right, bro?
Oh, yeah. I had a granddad and I have a good memory soon as well, man. Fucking Jesus.
You're all right, bro. Take a minute, man. Take a minute, bro.
So my question to you was...
You got a drink, Rich?
Yeah, I want to drink. So my question to you was, because you spend a lot of time with your dad, he more or less he brought you up, didn't he? Your
Yeah.
upbringing was spent most with him, and
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
mum was later on, wasn't it?
Yeah, sort of back, you know, a bit of back and forward, you know, to say the least. I just always looked at him as my dad, you know.
Yeah. And so that's really the question with all saying that you become a granddad now. So
Yeah.
do you think you're gonna try to be the same person or similar at least, or try to match him as, you know, as a granddad?
Yeah, it's funny. It's changed a few things. You know, I'm conscious of it. You know, I'm conscious of being a granddad. And even when I'm not around my granddaughter, I'm
Yeah.
conscious of being a granddad. You know, I want to be better. You know,
Yeah.
I want to be better, and yeah, I think it just comes down to me, just down to me. You know, I just want to be better. I want to be better, and I think ultimately we all do, though. You know,
Yeah.
we all want to improve, and I just think, you know, I was so on the fucking fence about being a granddad. Fucking hell. You know, I just did not want to have a fucking baby, mate. You know what I mean? She's my little girl, man. You know what I mean? And I fucking objected, mate. You know, there was some fucking resistance, to say the least, mate. There was some fucking resistance, you know. But, you know, ultimately, I'll come round. You know, I'll come round, and I remember the first time I held him, and I just knew straight away. I just knew. Just felt it, man, running right through us. You know, it's just all it's meant to be. The circle of life, you know.
Did you say, does that feel different to you with your own children, though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking definitely different. Don't know what it is either. Just different, you know. Yeah.
I think
Well, it's beautiful, though, isn't it?
it is, yeah, because I don't know, granddads are different, isn't it?
Yeah, they are, you know. And I want to be. I don't want to be, you know. I will be, and I am, you know, that fucking cool granddad.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you're young enough to be one, so.
Yeah, I will be, you know. And it's good. I'm glad I can do do this, you know, this type of stuff. It was only 5-6 years ago, you know, when I look on reflection, didn't have a fucking pot to piss in, mate.
Yeah.
And I wasn't capable of being anything for anyone.
And what did your granddad say? Well, fucking hell. Well, this is hard to think to have to ask. Oh, an hour before you passed, what did he say to you?
Yeah, he said a few things, bro, you know, and yeah, he told me that he really wanted me to get on with my mum. Yeah. I spoke to my mum the other week on the phone, you know, we don't speak that much. But I gave her a ring the other week, and yeah, that's what he wanted. His dying wish was for me and my mum to get on. You know, we do get on. You know, but yeah, he sadly missed, man. Fucking hell, you got me all upset, bro.
I know, sorry, apologies.
It's okay, man. It's all right.
You know, because when I listen to you speaking of your granddad, I always remember mine. That's why it gets me immediately, because it wasn't even actually my granddad, because my granddad died when I was really young. It was my stepdad's father, so it was like a step granddad. But he loved me as his, you know, granddad. Nevertheless, he never said anything different or anything like that.
Yeah, of
and
course.
It was quite old when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. But I always remember sitting in his room for hours, and he would tell me all the tales about the war and stuff like that. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Oh, mate, you know, I miss that stuff from my granddad.
Yeah.
That's the stuff. I miss him, obviously, as a person, but that stuff, you know, that was my whole youth. Just picking his brain. I wanted to know everything. I've got a real deep-seated fascination with times gone by.
Yeah.
Really deep. I think about it all the time. It takes up a lot of my time in my head.
Thinking about the time and
the past.
The past,
you know, the past. I think I wish I was there, you know. I wish I was maybe born in another time. You know, I think when life was simple, you know.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the whole concept though, and everything that went with it. Who people were.
Yeah.
People were much better back then. You know, people who just
They just did stuff different.
Just men, real fucking men, you know, when men were men. And the whole country, I mean, just look at the landscape of what's happening in this fucking country now. You know, but look at what it once was.
Fucking hell, mate.
You know, like they're the type of stuff that I fantasize over, and I go there in my head all the time. You know, my granddad told me about them all. You know, they're like how times were. The whole fucking country coming together after the war. Everyone had each other's fucking back. You know what I mean? It's kind of how it was. The whole nation was like that. You know what I mean?
It couldn't be any more different now, could it?
It couldn't be any further away from that. You know what I mean? It's fucked, innit?
You know, we spoke about this a while ago, and you know what? I think few viewers might hate me for saying this, but fuck it. So we said we wish sometimes English would be more like French, because when, you know, government tries to pass a new rule or law and everything, they all in the streets, fucking smashing windows, saying the fuck you are. Yeah. Like, you know, raising pensions for old people. It's not happening.
It's the fucking submissiveness.
Yeah, it's like...
You know, it's got to a stage now.
What the fuck happened?
It's off the fucking charts, mate. You know, and it's like, don't even get me fucking started. You know, it's sad. It really is fucking sad. You know, and that's why I was on about it the other day. I can't watch that fucking shit no more. You know, like...
Oh, it makes you angry.
It drives you crazy.
Around, agitated.
And it's like, you know, it's got to... I got into it about a year ago, watching it all. I couldn't get enough of it. It increases your fucking powerlessness.
Yeah.
The more you know, the more you're involved, the more you invest, the more powerless you are.
You lose sleep over it.
That's
you
it.
Fucking agitated. You
and
argue
now,
more.
I just fucking ignore it. You know, I know what's going on. So, like I say, some people, I said it briefly the other week, some people, you could make an argument that some people are raising awareness. Well, I think at this point, if you're not aware, you're just fucking stupid.
Yeah, I
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of them. I've give up fucking everything. I've bought a caravan. I've put a fucking few quid into it. I don't want any bills. I don't want a home. I don't want a house. I'm not fucking interested. You know what I mean? I've bought a caravan, and any time I need to fuck off,
you can go wherever you want.
we'll
Free,
fuck off.
I don't blame you, because
The two girls live with me. You know, and we'll go where we want. If we want to fuck off down the south of Spain or wherever, that's where we'll go. You know, because I just can't see this being a very nice place to stay in a few years' time.
Yeah.
I think it's going that way now, mate, to be honest.
Well, it is indeed.
It's fucking...
Yeah.
My missus goes mad with me, because I come home from work and I've been listening to radio most of the day, and she's fucking...
Oh, you want to fuck that off, mate? Stop listening to that fucking radio. Knock it off.
She'll text me. She goes, Chris is moving to Poland again.
yeah. That's it. Well, the port, you know what I mean? They know what they're doing over there.
Listen,
they've got the job.
Oh, yeah.
What a
boxed off,
fucking
mate.
place.
Absolutely, mate.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
I must have been there 10 times.
Polish people first. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You can't not even allowed to say that over here.
You're
You're
racist if you say that.
That's it. It's fucking crazy.
You're far right or you're racist.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Fucking crazy
It's
times.
crazy, mate. It fucking really is.
If you could choose one, back to fighting again, if you could choose one place to fight, Danny, you've obviously Wembley, you've fought all around country.
America now.
Would it be, yeah,
now I know I can get in.
yeah.
You know, there was a bit of thing. Oh, I always thought I couldn't get in, you know.
How come?
Convictions, you know, prison and
Criminal record.
drugs and violence.
But right, okay. It depends, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends. I'm cleared, you know, and I can
Right,
go.
okay.
So I was
Oh,
over the
that's
moon when I got that. I first applied to go to fight Dave Mundell in
Yeah.
Spain. Obviously, it wasn't to get in America, but Dave Feldman rang me and said, for you to fight for this title in Spain, you're going to need to be able to get in America, because if you win, I can't have the title being stuck in the fucking UK. So it was a fair one. So I applied and I got in. You know, not a fucking problem. I had to go for a bit of a sit down and that,
Yeah.
Where in America?
but we got it sorted.
Where in America?
Probably Miami,
Florida.
Florida, yeah, Miami. So it went-
Birthplace.
Miami.
That's the cool bit,
yeah,
isn't it? It's
Miami,
the birthplace of BKFC.
Hollywood. You know, to see Foxy fighting in Hollywood with someone else, like absolutely.
Oh
someone
yeah, how
else.
did that go? Yeah.
Yeah, he had a 5-round war, you know, with the world number one,
Yeah.
and yeah, it didn't go his way, but what a buzz being over there, man. Yeah, unbelievable.
Do you think you can make that work then? Maybe this year, next year.
Perhaps, you know, I
Yeah.
never know. Now I can get in there. I just don't know. It's one of them. I was really fortunate, you know. I got a crack at this game when the window was nearly closing. You know, it wasn't quite closed, but it was just maybe halfway. You know, I was really lucky that I managed to get in there, and praise the Lord. You know, I managed to get in there and do what I do what I done, and you know, I've been lucky enough for it to boost in my profiles. I make a living off social media, and you know, I couldn't really be happier with the transitions and that what's happened in my life. You know, when I look at it from a reflective perspective,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, life is good. Life is really good.
No, you're doing really well, mate. From
Yeah,
where you
thank
come
you.
from to where you are now.
Yeah, thank you.
Fucking extraordinary.
It's an impressive feat because fucking hell, you've been through a lot since you were 11, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's one of them, innit? You know, it is what it is, as I say.
Yeah, but
It's all right, you know. Like, it's like, how can I put it? You hear a lot of people like it's not. For one, it's not nobody else's fault, and it's not like a reason for me to. It's not a reason for anything.
yeah.
You know, if you've had a shit past or whatever, like it's not a reason for being a dickhead, mate. You know what I mean? It's not an excuse for anything. You know what I mean? Because you've had it hard. Fucking boo-hoo.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
it's just-
so is everyone else.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
not.
thing.
It's not enough of a reason for you know for you to use it for you know to have shitty behaviour or be a wanker or you know if you're a wanker, you're a wanker. That's maybe the way you are, but it's not because you've had a bad past.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's an excuse.
That's it.
Well, I think what's impressive is that you know after all that, because you had really long period of bad time, let's call it,
Yeah.
and then you said, you know what, one day, fuck it, this is enough, and I'm just gonna. At that age, usually it's almost like people feel like it is what it is, and they settle and they're like, well, this is me
Yeah.
now, and then just
Yeah.
fucking live the rest of their life in the sorrow, if you
Yeah.
will.
That's it.
But you just said, fuck that, it's not happening.
Well, you know, I
and-
remember that feeling there, what you just been talking about. You know, when I last got out of prison.
Yeah.
You know, I remember thinking that I was a bad addict. You know, I was flat out on everything and anything I could get my hands on. And I remember looking in the mirror one day, and I'd been out of prison a couple of days. I remember looking at myself in the mirror, something I always struggled doing. And I looked at myself and I remember thinking, this is you now. You know, I just kind of accepted that
place to be,
that
isn't
drug
it,
taking,
mentally? Yeah.
You know, and I just thought, this is you now. And I fully accepted it. You know, I just thought, you're not going to change.
What moment you actually changed then? What
I just had enough, mate. You know, it's funny. You know, I tried to stop taking drugs for like 2 years.
did you pray then?
Yeah, I've been praying all my life.
Have you?
I've been praying all my life. You know, but you know, it's funny. You know, like again, like you're only going in here. You know, if I'm praying like
Speaking
that,
to yourself.
there's no one up there.
Yeah.
There's no one up there, mate. You know, you're only praying yourself. You're only having a word with yourself. You know, like God's not separate from us. You know, so like I say, all this stuff changed, constantly changing, innit? You know, you don't, look at the stuff that we, a couple of years ago or whatever, what you used to stand for, how you used to think, feel, act, behave, and compared to what you are now. You're not even the same person you were yesterday. So identity's fluid. You know, all that leopard doesn't change the spots, and that was a crock of shite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The craziest quote I ever heard, it was this, I was listening to this man, I like a philosopher, I think, and I can't remember who he is, but he said something. He said, do you know this phenomenon when you read a book, and then if you like the book, you'll think, I'll read it again, and you read it again, it's completely different. He goes, do you know why? It's not that because you forgot half of it, it's because you're a different person than you read it the first time. That meant, I had this in my head for like 2 days. I kept thinking about this.
Yeah, I like that.
That book, the first time you read it, made you a different person.
Yeah.
You just don't realize that. So when you read it the second time, you see it differently.
Of course.
Yeah, so, like you say, every day you're a different man than you were yesterday.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that.
Mm.
Say that again. There was something that reminded me of something. Say that again.
So when you read a book, and if you like the book, you read it again, don't you? Well, some people do. And then when you read it again, it reads differently. Like you think, oh, you forgot few things or whatever, but it's not. It's you reading differently because you're a different man that's reading that book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you've grown. The first time you read it, you were one man, and after you read it, you've grown. You became a different human being.
Yeah.
And then when you read it again, it feels different because different person is reading it.
I like that.
I hope I explained it
No, you
well
did.
enough.
You explained it perfectly the first time. I just wanted to hear it again because I've got a funny brain like that. I had a trigger there, and I hope you give me access to something almost, and it went. It's okay, I'll come back. I've got a funny brain.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, while we're on the subject, there is something I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
So when you go to these walks, I like to listen to you, to be honest, because you think a lot. Well, we all do. Well, I go on these walks, and it makes you think, isn't it? And it makes you find yourself.
It's almost spiritual, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, of course. It just.
Yeah.
So you speak a lot.
You and you, mate.
Yeah, and you think and you philosophize a lot then.
Okay.
So it immediately tells me you have really, really curious mind, and you question things a lot, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Where did that come from? Is it your mom, your dad, your granddad? Where is it?
I don't know.
Somewhere it has to be somewhere in the genes. You have to be born with that. I
have an intrigue for the next life.
Yeah.
I feel, there's more.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to call it heaven or reincarnation. I don't know what it is, but I know there's something else. I know there's something more. I always have done for as long as I ever did. And I don't know, I just feel sometimes fucking brains is crazy, But I feel sometimes like, this is just a fucking game, all this. It's just like, I want to know more because like it interests me. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's like a stage. We're all like on the stage, actors on the stage, all of us. Even like, like who are we? Like how far do you want to go with this then? Right, so
we're somebody who are wearing a mask, aren't we?
Listen,
all of us.
Bingo. So right, we think like if you ask me who I am, right? Or you or anyone, I would start talking about my physicalities. I would start talking, I'm Danny, I do this, I'm the boxer, I'm a scaffolder, I'm a father, grandfather. All that stuff is just what we think we are. Like, we're not even that. Like, we're above it all. We are like the awareness in which everything arises. Everything. Above and beyond, top, middle and bottom. You don't need to... Mate, I can go as deep as you fucking want, mate. My head's fucking deep, man.
Go.
It just is what it is, There's more to life than this, man. Like I say, levels to this shit. I see what I would lose, that stuff. There's levels, man. There's levels of consciousness, levels of spirituality, levels of human connection. And I got a real intrigue for it all sometimes. I can't ask enough, Do you ever ask someone a question you're not even bothered about the answer? I do that a lot.
Yeah,
I just like to hear some people speak.
Yeah, I think we all do that because we want to. If you're aware that you're wearing a mask and everyone else does, you want to you're hoping to peel a bit off and see what's behind it, don't you?
It's intriguing. You want to see who that real person really is.
Yeah,
don't
that's it. We're all guilty of that mask, and that. like I say, it just feels like we're all on a stage. Sometimes I just look and just think, fucking, I just feel like I'm in a computer game or something. I'm just waiting I'm just waiting to like get off. You know, if that makes any sense. I'm just waiting to like get off and get back to my life or something, get back to it, you know.
Do you ever,
whatever.
It happens to me sometimes now and then, but do you ever, like, middle of the day, just suddenly question yourself who you actually really are? As a who are you, like, really? Like, I do that sometimes to me.
I'm having problems with my memory at the minute, you know. I'm probably due another brain scan, to be honest.
Right, okay.
Well, just a 6-monthly one, not because I need one. You know, I'm due a brain scan, and it'd probably be interesting to, you know, it's always interesting to have a look, see if how to change it, because my memory is just so bad. You know, you wouldn't believe this, mate. I can be driving about in a car and I start with I forget where I'm going. But then I forget who I am. Now that's fucking scary, mate. Yeah. It takes me a while, you know.
Fucking hell.
And I can be like driving about for like a few minutes and I fucking total panic, wet with sweat. Like fucking, probably only like maybe it's a minute. It feels like forever. And I'm like, oh yeah, come back. I remember. I'm me, you know. I fucking.
Do you think this is more your mind maybe playing rather than you actually forgetting?
Absolutely it is. Of course it is. 100% it is. Absolutely. Yeah, probably like some coping mechanism from some bit of trauma or something, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
You know,
because if you forget who I am, who you are, you don't panic suddenly. You don't know who you are, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're panicking, something is happening with
of course.
you and different.
Absolutely.
You have to pull over at that moment.
I just keep driving till I remember who I am.
Crazy that.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
But yeah, it's fucking madness.
It's not a nice spot to be, isn't it?
Yeah, you know something, I don't even mind. I'm just used to it now. Just one of them. It's
So it happens often as well.
At first, it was a real scary thing. You know what I mean? Now it's like not as much panic, but I know it's going to come back anyway.
So, do you know that CBD then? Does that help you with that? That's the question.
Absolutely, CBD helps with so many things. You know, I do all the research and that into it. I wanted to know why it was making me feel as good as what it was, and you know, the University of South Carolina and Michigan State University. I've been reading a lot of that stuff, and they like, you know, there's like pharmaceuticals. Yeah, they attach to one or two receptors, neurotransmitters, glands, whatever, to like adjust how you feel, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? 2, no more. 1 or 2. CBD attaches to 65 different targets, neurotransmitters, glands in the brain. So that's why it's so good for so many things. People say, like, how can it be good for all these things? Well, how? Because it hits that many receptors in the brain. Yeah. That's how.
But the thing is as well, you're not talking about skunk, the actual, you know, the weed that is sold on market now. You're actually talking about the cannabis, the actual healthy, not modified by human plant.
Hemp.
Hemp. Yeah, that's hemp. Right. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
It's in Ecclestastius. I think it's 37. Maybe he's gone, but it's in there. You know, it's in there. You know, the Lord God placed all medicines on earth. You know, it's plain and simple. You don't need pharmacy. Well, how did the human race ever survive without a hospital?
Yeah,
you know,
good question, isn't it?
You know, exactly. And it's just how it is. All the medicines are already here on earth. Have always been here.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Cannabis as well. If you really look back into it, you'll struggle to find it, but you will. It's probably one of the greatest plants on the planet.
Of course, it is hemp.
Yeah,
you name it. Mate, it's the most.
Few hundred years ago, they were making everything out of it. Canvas.
Yeah, there's nothing you can't make really out of hemp. You can make hard, soft
strong
object
material.
Rope.
Yeah,
mate, you name it. Hemp. You know, the hemp was massive in the UK once years and years ago.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like everything else. You know, if it's good for you and it's beneficial to you, it'll get fucked off.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Do you know what I mean?
I didn't think you're gonna go there.
Yeah, it's that simple, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's it.
It's. What do you think about creatine? Did you try that at all?
What?
Creatine. Yeah, in high doses, like 20 grams a day, or.
No, I've took it every day for years, but not in like any kind of daft doses. I take 5 grams a day, and I've been doing for years.
Well, apparently, they did all kinds of studies, and they always say that
it's very good for your brain.
Yeah, the first 5 grams really goes to your body because your body's very hungry of it, but so is your brain. But I think it's harder to get to brain or something. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I know it's very good for your brain.
Yeah, so anything over, it basically feeds your brain, and apparently it's better for women than men. But I actually, I told you this one day we had the podcast, after work and we've done like 13 hours straight. Oh, fucked, up since 4.
Yeah.
You're not feeling it, aren't you? And I had to come in here, set it up. I thought, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm going to do this. Head is not working. And I thought, I remember listening about this, Gretna, and I thought, well, I've got some. And I just, 20 grams, chucked it down all. I tell you what, I was still tired. You're tired, but my brain switched on.
Yeah.
I could put sentences together. I could think. It does actually work. 100% works.
Yeah.
So that's a weird thing if you ever want to try. It's a bit like, I don't know. It doesn't work for everybody, they say. It's like 5% of population.
Natural again, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your body produces it.
Yeah.
It's innocuous, isn't it? We produce it as humans.
Yeah. I don't know the amounts we produce, but yeah.
I'm still trying to think of that thing that I nearly had access to before. It's a funny thing, I'm trying not to think about it, though, because do you ever notice, like, the more you try, the further it gets away?
Yeah, and I hate that feeling. It's horrible fucking
feeling. Honestly, I've just noticed that applies to everything in my life. Like, the more I chase something, the more I want something, the more I want it, the worse I want it, the more I try and get it, the further away it gets from me.
You just kind of now try to steer yourself that way and then make sure.
Sort of, yeah. Like, what do they call it? Like,
guide.
I heard something the other day. It was like about the flow of life.
Yeah.
Sometimes we flow of love, but sometimes we may be like, whatever, a leaf and sometimes we stick to the side. We might stay there for a little while.
Yeah.
But then eventually you'll come back away, and you'll flow with life. And it doesn't, you're a leaf, so you can't fucking, with the oars or the steel or the motorboat, so it's a bit like sort of intelligent drifting. You just sort of fucking, I don't want to say go with the flow, but
it's kind of
ride. He's going to ride with it.
What choice?
He's going to ride with it, enjoy it.
What choice have you got? The more you resist, the more fucking chew you're causing yourself. You know what I mean? You just go with it.
This is then another quote, and somebody said this, and it made me think a lot. They said sometimes it's worse to be clever, because when you're clever, you tend to overthink things. You tend to plan and do all the things in your head.
Yeah.
But if sometimes you're not too smart and you don't give a fuck, you just let it happen, and it kind of works out better for you.
Well, it does, because if you're overthinking and over anticipating all the time, then what most people do, they wait for the right time. They put things off. This is like a massive trick of the brain, what everybody does, especially if you've got like a decent level of intelligence and you're good like problem solving. Maybe everything gets fucked off. Everyone's waiting for the right time to be ready, the perfect time. One day, if I save enough, if I pray enough, if I work on myself enough, one day then maybe I might be ready. You never know you're ready until you take that first step. You only get ready on the way to doing what you're doing. There's no such thing as being ready. You can get ready on the way, but like, you're never waiting for the right time. It's just bullshit. We all do that. We're all putting stuff off. So if you've got two lads one's putting stuff off, waiting for the right time, and the other is like, the other is just, fuck it, we'll have a go today. Fuck it, we'll try today. He's already fucking twice as far as you are.
Definitely.
I think the reason for that is maybe fear of failure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you think, if I prepare myself hard enough and I time it right, it'll be easier.
Well, I seen that thing the other day. I fucking shared it. It was on Michael Bisping's. Fucking. I want to play it for you now. How was that? Right. Just give me a second. Here we go.
Is it not just so mental how seriously we take all of this for a species that knows they're all going to die, and they could die at any given moment? It's never been down for us to decide. It could be next week, next year, it could be in 40 years' time. But we all still live like the most mundane lives. It's weird, isn't it? In 100 years' time, there will be all new people here, and they won't even talk about us. 100 years after that, we'll be completely forgotten. No one will know we ever existed. But yet we all shuffle about. We're all worried. We've got to get here. We've got to get there. We've got to pay this bill. We've got to pay that bill. Got to get to work. Got to get home. Got to watch the telly. You know what I mean? And we never take risks either, because we're scared to fail. Fail at what? No one knows what we're meant to be doing here. How can you fail at something that no one knows what we're meant to be doing? And so what if you lose everything anyway? None of it was ours to begin with. We come in this world with nothing and we leave with nothing. Anything in between, you're up, aren't you?
Who is this bloke who said this?
I have no idea.
Fucking, it's a bit of
It's fucking bang on
Jesus,
money though, isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's bang on all right. I've listened to
100 years ago, none of this will matter.
that. Yeah, well, it won't.
We'll all be dead. Every
probably
single
for-
person on this
Probably
planet.
forget about it. We'll probably forgot about long before that.
Oh, yeah.
I think as well, you know, I think there's one or two people I know, and I've met people in the past, you know, that I suppose it's an anxiety thing, you know, like always worrying about what other people's opinion, other people think, other people might think, say, like what their view of you or whatever it is. No one's fucking thinking about you, mate. No one's thinking about you. Nobody's fucking sat at home worrying how nice your fucking hat might or might not look.
What
No one
you
gives
wear,
a
nobody
fuck,
gives
mate.
a fuck, does it?
You know, but that's like another massive trick of the mind, innit? Everyone thinks, oh, you know, got to impress him, got to impress them, got to impress there, got to look right and whatever. Who gives a fuck, mate? No one's thinking about you, mate. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think before we finish off, maybe it's time to finish off like slowly. I know that you said you live by the day, but still, I just had this question that I think it's a good question. When you leave this place, like we just spoke about, 100 years ago, nobody will give a fuck. How would you like to be remembered?
I'm not really bothered.
You're not bothered.
My kids maybe. You
I
know.
think that's the question. I think that's what I should ask. Yeah,
I would love.
kids.
I'm already certain. You know, I've been the best person that I can be for them, with what I've been given at the time. You know, and yeah, I would just love for them to say, "He was all right, that Danny. He was all right. That'll do me." You know.
Yeah.
I think the fucking nearly had that thing that day I was gonna say. Fucking nearly come back. Nearly had it.
You know it's going to come back when you're halfway home, don't it?
Nearly had it. Nearly had it. Yeah. Fucker. Bastard.
Do you need any more time? No.
Perhaps, yeah. Give me a
Yeah. Oh, go on. I'm intrigued now as well. Like big time.
You won't sleep tonight if I don't get this out of him.
Oh.
fucker. What question did you just ask me there? How I want to be remembered.
Yeah.
That's it.
Especially by your kids and.
Yeah. That's it. It's a good question, that.
Because that's all you live for, really, isn't it?
Legacy, you know?
Yeah, legacy for your children and.
Good question. Yeah. This fucking thing's going to do my nutting. You know?
I would
you listen-
wait, isn't it? We have time.
Do you listen to Alan Watts?
Yeah.
Good. I listen to Alan Watts a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. Changed everything for me, these perspectives and stuff, you know. It's funny how, like, we're on about before being ready. You know, like, you know, isn't it fucking funny, you know, like, life itself. Life could be so fucking strange sometimes. You know, like, it's just like, isn't life so fucking weird sometimes? You know, like, it's like, you know, going back to my granddad, you know, a lot of the stuff that I was told, fucking hell, 30 years ago, man, and more.
Well, that's why I was questioning, because your curiosity is at, you could say it's at high levels.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm thinking, was it passed on from your granddad or your dad or your mother?
Perhaps, you know, I just don't know.
You're a very good speaker as well, Danny.
Yeah, which is actually shocking.
I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. It's probably just been a gobshite when I was younger. I don't know.
What, roasting kids on playground?
Could have been, yeah. I just can't. I don't know why. You know, I love to talk. There's nothing I like. You know, one of the simple pleasures for me in life, probably one of the most best things I can do, is sit and converse with a like-minded individual.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the coolest thing about it.
I love to listen. I love to talk. You know, I love to break down barriers. You know, verbally. You know, I like doing that stuff.
If you can come back home after a good conversation and carry on thinking about it, dissect it.
Yeah,
that was a good conversation.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. You know, it's like that stuff there, all the stuff I was mentioning there, you know, like all the stuff, it keeps coming to me now, you know, like with all the wisdom, I suppose, the best way of describing it. It comes to you, so only when you're ready, you know, like, see, because, how can I put it, you know, you ever been told everything, something wisdom, something that you've been told perhaps, and decades later.
Yeah. Oh.
decades later,
yeah.
bro, the fucking penny drops. And you're like, wow, all them fucking years. That information's never changed. The words have never changed. The information's never changed. The only thing that's changed is you. You are now ready to accept what was been said all them fucking years ago. It took you all this time to fucking for the penny to drop. That stuff there puts me on my fucking knees.
Powerful stuff. That.
I love that stuff. That's what I love. That's when I think, fucking hell, isn't life fucking brilliant sometimes? You know, and like, what more could you want? You know, like, than fucking life really fucking showing you something. You know what I mean? Just you. Only to you, no one else. Just you.
Danny, you're winning in life now, mate, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fucking flying, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
It's good
flying.
to see, isn't it?
I'm still a bit, up and down. Still a bit all over the place sometimes.
I think you're supposed to be anyway. I think if you're grounded and safe and comfortable, you're fucking losing in life because you're not doing something you should be doing.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to be comfortable every day.
that's right.
You don't grow when you're not comfortable.
No.
That's
The
true.
uncomfortableness makes you grow, doesn't it?
Do you know
When
what
you
it
get
does to
through
me?
them
No
periods.
growth in comfort, as they say.
yeah.
Do you know what it does to me? It gives me anxiety immediately.
Yeah.
Because then I know I should be doing something that I'm not doing right now.
Yeah.
And I feel hell uncomfortable. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling for me in the world.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you're the same or not.
Again, I can be different people from a different time. I can wake up one day and all I want to do is train like a fucking demon. You know, and I wake up the other day, I just want to smoke weed in the morning and I don't want to do anything. I want pizza for dinner. And, you know, I can be so many different people, mate, of so many different days. And I like that. I quite like the unpredictability of it, you know. It's not, one thing I don't think I've got is a fucking, a mundane life, and I like it. I like it the way it is, you know.
Yeah.
The unpredictability of it all, and yeah, just this little finite time that we've got on this earth, you know, it's just fucked up, innit, you know. It's never like that there, every cunt shuffling about. You think you've got all the time in the world, don't you?
Yeah,
you know
do,
what I mean?
yeah.
You think you've got all the time in the fucking world. Before you know it, it's gone. I think your camera's just knocked off over there, mate.
I'll just let you two get on with it, and I won't falling asleep, but I'll tell you what, I was rough as a bastard.
Well, yeah. I would be in beginning, then I've come round.
I felt alright at the beginning, and I'll let you two crack on, and I was fucking...
I was all right. I was half buzzing on the way over, you know. I thought, you know, I got that much like a fucking bed, and this morning I told you I was up to, mate. I was up to the fucking. I really just lost my fucking shit.
Yeah.
I was shit scared of maybe some random member of public just saying something stupid, and I just fucking
killing
him.
him.
I was fucking there. I was there, mate. I was fucking there, But then I got in my car, you know, and again, like opposite transition, I'm like, I'm like, tunes on, and I'm like, I found my car, you know what I mean? I'm fucking buzzing all the way there.
What happened with that? Yeah, you didn't tell me.
I went out in the fucking lash last night. So I went to this show to do like a bit of punditry and some like fighting interviews with the fighters and that pre and post fight interviews and stuff, which I was right up my street. I thought brilliant. But then the show looked fucking really good, and a lot of people on there, and then I got Lou, the reporter, was there. You know how Lou?
Yeah.
And Lou like does that for a living. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's his thing. So I thought I didn't want to feel like I was sort of standing on his toes or what. Do you know what I mean? And I said, look, I think you should have this gig. Do you know what I mean? We were sort of going to split it, whatever. He was going to do it, whatever. I says, look, just have it. I said, I fancy a drink. You know what I mean?
Enjoy fights.
So we got it sorted. The show was covered, by the way, and I had a couple of drinks. I think I only had 2 in there, and I drove the car over halfway across town to that thing and parked it up and just went on the whiskey. And I can't remember where I put my car. 2 hours I was walking around
That's in Manchester as well.
2 hours.
Yeah, and it was raining.
2 hours in the middle of the pissing down rain. I thought, yeah, it's down here somewhere. It's down here somewhere. It's down here somewhere. It's down here. It was nowhere fucking near.
Blood was boiling a bit, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, I did not like it. I got back to the hotel like 3 times after doing 3 laps of the town 3 times. I'm like, what now?
You couldn't wait.
Yeah, I'm like, what fucking now? Do you know what I mean? I couldn't fuck. I was just chewed. Absolutely chewed. Walked round to one corner. Well, I seen this fella, the promoter. All right, I said, I'll come tomorrow with you. I bet he thought, fucking simple cunt. I says, I fucking packed the car up last night, gone on the fucking ale, the whiskey even, and I don't know where it is. I could see the look in his eyes, he was thinking, simple cunt. But I thought, he says, give me a minute, we'll have a look. 2 hours and fucking wringing wet. Come on, we'll have a look. First fucking corner we drove round. In the car about fucking 40 seconds. Oh, is that it there?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Let me out, please. No, so I can be embarrassed alone. Yeah, so I fucking, that was it. That was what happened with the car. And like I say, as soon as I found it, I was just fucking buzzing. You know, I started thinking to myself, like, I'm going to have to leave a fucking...
To leave car.
I'm going to have to leave a fucking 5-6 grand car just wherever the fuck I've left it and just get a train home or something.
It's gone.
I thought, like, what the fuck now? I'm starting to think I should maybe ring the old bill, you know, like to ask if it had been towed or something, and then say, what? I was fucking pissed up last night. I forgot where I put it. I thought, what happens now?
Yeah, you should be with him. He has a GPS in his head. It works in mysterious fucking ways, mate.
Listen, this is what I need to do now. That won't happen again now. I'll buy a little beep beep beep.
Oh yeah,
glove box, a couple of quid. You can get them up on the phone.
Yeah,
Timo or something. Yeah.
But you know him, and this is, by the way, this is a running thing. This is not one-time thing.
Involves alcohol.
Yeah, it involves alcohol. So, Manchester is a good example. So,
Fucking, what about in Madrid?
oh yeah, that was it. Don't even get me
Fucking went out
started.
piss all day. I lost my phone and everything. I was fucking smashed.
Yeah.
Our apartment were about 2 miles away. Fuck knows which direction.
We weren't even to
Them two had to get a fucking train
Yeah, exactly.
to
We
it.
took a tram.
I walked on my own and found spot. Fuck
Well,
no, I don't know how. Oh,
Mate, that's what is it
fuck
with that?
knows how.
The worse a state you're in, the fucking
Yeah.
you can always. It's like some homing beacon.
yeah.
But the
You know what
funny
I mean?
thing is,
Bip, bip,
he didn't
bip,
even have his
you fucking
phone
know
with
where
him.
I
you're
didn't
going.
have a phone.
Fuck
I didn't
it.
know.
He's
Oh,
smashing fucking doors, and me and Matty sitting like, did you hear that?
Fucking
That's
all
fucking
streets
Chris,
look
isn't
fucking
it?
same as well, don't they?
Yeah,
all
they
that
do,
Madrid,
yeah.
Fuck knows
Then
how
in
I found
morning, we're running with phone, looking for his phone, walking, and the phone went straight into police station. We're like, bastard. Hello? I think you have my phone. Copy is like, oh, okay.
it. He said, have you got any idea? I said, no, but I'll open fucking phone.
Yeah.
Face, it opened them.
Yeah, right.
But we were rough as fuck.
Oh,
It was on Find My iPhone, wasn't it?
yeah, it was, yeah.
So we were watching it and it would move into that corner, so we walked there. Then it moved to the next corner. I'm like, you bastard.
Right.
Thought, what should we have, do you know what I mean? What am I scrapping here? Somebody fucking robbed me.
Well, in Manchester, it was same thing. We got out from this, like a hotel lobby thing. We just crashed a NHS party. We stayed there for like 3 hours, didn't we? And suddenly, we all walked out. He just went left. And we're like, oh, Chris. And the next thing, we can't really see him. That's it. He's gone. His phone is dead, as usual.
Aye.
It's fair good walk, isn't it, back?
Isn't we were in
It was
that's-
Salford Key.
He
wasn't it?
finds
similar
his
happened
boy
to fucking.
fucking somehow.
We were in Miami there. It was on about before with Foxy's stepfather. Fucking good dude, man. We're all on the lash. Me, Foxy's brother, and the father, all on the lash. Hitting the fucking strip clubs up and that at divvy o'clock in the fucking morning, whatever it was. We had a fucking blast. And we've come out, the three of us, like walking like this, fucking pissed up in the street. The three of us, big, long, fucking miles and miles and miles along, along the roads out over there. Mate, he just fucking vanished like a fart in the wind. Both were just like, it was like a fucking magic trick. Both just turned around like, where the fuck's he gone? Just vanished for like maybe 8 hours, went missing. 8 hours, and then just fucking returned back to the hotel, like wandered on back 8 hours later, fucking all drunk. But yeah, how'd you do that shit, man?
The No Bones Podcast.